Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I was going to play like every intro I have all at once, just for all the same thing. Just play all of the intros. And see what happens. What's up?
For this chat, I really like that countdown.
Yeah, I like that. I just threw that one together a couple days ago. I was like, I need a new countdown.
I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, I threw that one in there, and I threw my the
that
I use.
Well, I actually got here on time too, so.
Well, that's true. It helps. That's okay. Am I ever on time to your chat? I don't think I'm ever on time to your chat.
Yeah.
I don't think so anyway.
As long as it starts on, each one starts on time, that's fine.
Yeah. And I didn't even start this chat on time. We were 5 minutes late. So that's on me, though. It's okay. I'll take the blame for it. But anyway.
What's hotter, Texas or hell?
Texas right now. Like, Texas is hotter than hell 3 months out of the year. And then it's the same temperature another 6 months out of the year. And then for 3 months out of the year, hell is actually hotter.
Have you guys been getting like weird weather this year?
No.
In your area?
Mm-mm.
Because Colorado has been raining every day. And I was reading in the paper. Well, I don't get the paper. It was online. But it was from like local paper, right? How Colorado has gotten more rain this summer, this like fall, like spring, I guess, spring, summer so far, than California, Nevada. It was like 5 states combined have not got as much rain as Colorado has alone. It's been insane, dude. I've lived here my entire life. I have never seen it's rained every single day, literally every single day for 7 weeks now. It's never done that ever.
Good for something. I don't know what, but plants maybe. I don't know. Although I don't know what time y'all
Just since it rained this way.
But like this time of year, if it was raining all the time down here, it would piss off the farmers because it's harvest season and they can't harvest in the rain.
You have the moisture content's got to be a certain level of that thing.
Yeah, it messes with a lot of stuff, dude. Like there's whatchamacallums, reservoirs that have been like, oh, booyah, it's raining. Let's catch all the rain and put it in the Well, they're to the point now where the reservoirs are having to dump as fast as they can because it's raining and dumping into the reservoirs faster than they can drain it. And if it like doesn't stop, they're going to start overfilling the tops of the reservoirs and like ruining neighborhoods, and like houses are going to be flooded from like the reservoirs overflowing.
Awesome. Before we get too farther, like we're missing something.
Oh, porn music.
There you go.
I forgot the porn music.
You can't forget the porn music.
I cannot forget the porn music.
You should forget the porn music.
Forgot. Sorry.
That's it's a good. He sent it to me, and it's on my chats now too.
I forgot the fucking porn music. I'm sorry. Anyway. Oh, damn. Well, anyway, we got a few things to talk about today. Some stuff to go over. Some things that I watched and partook in this week that I would like to discuss. First thing I wanted to talk about real quick, just because I haven't gotten to watch it all yet. I only got like halfway through it. The new Stan Lee documentary is out.
Oh, I heard about it. I haven't watched it yet.
It's just called Stan Lee. I'm only like halfway through it. So far, it's really good. It's a lot of stuff I already knew about Stan Lee and his life, and like I think
they'll put in the part where he was kidnapped for the last year of his life, and nobody did shit about it.
Drained his blood and shit. Yeah. I don't know.
Hollywood didn't care.
Yeah. Where they're getting it's going chronologically. So it starts like when he's a kid, and I'm on the part where he's just created Spider-Man. So we haven't gone all the way through it yet. Like I said, I'm only halfway through the documentary, but anyway, it's out. So y'all guys want? I think it's on Disney Plus. If it's not, I don't know where it is. I think it's on Disney Plus, but that's not where I'm watching it. But
you're watching it. It's a good place.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it I just was watching that earlier today before the chat, but I'll finish it and we'll see. But so far, it's pretty good.
Cool.
Obviously, the big
Okay.
geek thing this week is The Flash.
Yes, I just watched that today.
So I have seen it twice now. I was originally only going to see it once today. I had tickets to go today with me, my son, my daughter, and my wife. But then on my birthday on Thursday, my daughter's like, "You want to go do something?" I was like, "I guess, whatever." So, "You want to go to the movies?" "Sure." "What do you want to see?" I was like, "Well, I've seen everything but Flash already." So she's like, "Well, let's go see Flash." I'm like, "Okay." So I've seen it twice. I'm unsure how I feel about this movie. It doesn't suck. It's not a bad movie. It's also not a great movie. It's got some cool stuff in it. Very cool scenes. Overall, the story is pretty much Flashpoint. So if you've ever read the Flashpoint comic or watched the Flashpoint movie, they obviously make some changes and tweaks to fit with the story they're telling, but it's the same basic story of Barry going back in time to save his mother and screws up the universe. And when he comes back, everything's different and all kinds of shenanigans ensue. It's the same basic story, but tweaked. And like I said, it's not a bad movie. I've heard people saying it's the greatest comic book movie of all time. Those people are insane because it is not anywhere close to the greatest comic book movie of all time.
Can I just disagree with you real quick?
About what?
I thought it. I mean, I'm not going to say it was the greatest comic book movie of all time because it wasn't. But was it damn good?
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
The worst part about the movie was the fact that the actor is a child diddler, and they found out.
You know, the worst part about the movie was the horrible fucking CGI that looked like it came from about 12 years ago.
Oh well, maybe that's one part that I because I didn't pay for it, so
you watched the shit version,
right? So if there was bad CGI, it was probably hidden by the shit version. So maybe there's that factor going on. But as far as the storyline, the dialogue, the character development, the twist that happens, which I won't give away, which was part of the comics, which was part of like the Barry Allen TV show with Iris and everything that happened in the fucking like the CW TV show, The Flash. Like there was elements of that going on. The old Batman that they brought in, which everybody already knows about, so I'm not giving any. Dude, there was like a lot of good things about it. There was a lot of good things about it. And I don't know what you're pointing at that was so bad, besides, I guess, the CGI, which I didn't catch.
The CGI was bad. Ezra Miller was worse as the Flash than he's ever been, probably because he had to do it for a whole movie and be the star of the movie, and he's a horrible choice for Barry Allen. He's not a good Flash at all. He sucks, quite frankly. Barry Allen is not some neurotic, whiny little bitch. And that's what he was twice through this whole fucking movie is a neurotic, whiny bitch because he plays two versions of himself for the whole fucking movie. So twice the annoying, whiny bitchiness through the whole fucking movie. It really showed how much he sucks at being the Flash in this movie. Worse than he was. Like, he was tolerable as the Flash in the couple of other things he's been in because he wasn't the star of the movie and he didn't have to carry the whole thing and it wasn't all focused on him and his personality. He's a fucking horrible Barry Allen. He's just a goddamn awful Barry Allen.
See, and I disagree with you, dude. I disagree with you there.
You like whiny, bitchy Barry Allen that somehow now is half Hispanic?
No. You are focusing on, like, I don't know what you're focusing on. The part that was Barry Allen to me was like the goofiness. Like he played Barry Allen. Maybe
Barry Allen was never a goofy character in the comics.
Maybe he wasn't the best Barry Allen ever.
Barry Allen's super serious in the comics.
Yeah.
He is a police officer. A very professional police officer.
Yeah, he's not. This dude is not playing Barry Allen. Like, he's calling himself Barry Allen. He is not playing Barry Allen at all. It is the equivalent of Batman being played by a fucking, hyper annoying, over talkative fucking whiny bitch. You'd be like, that's not Batman. Well, that's not Barry Allen either.
So is the Flash from the cartoons not the Flash then?
That's a
The
different
Flash in the cartoons is fucking Wally West, which is not Barry Allen.
Yeah.
That's a different character.
Wally West is black. That's not the same guy.
No, Wally West is black in the fucking TV show. He wasn't for the first 60 years he existed. But
Okay.
Wally West from the cartoons.
So remember live action, they substitute gingers with black people.
Mm.
And Wally West is a ginger.
Mm.
So they made him black on the TV show.
Got it.
Yeah. So Wally West from the cartoons, the Flash from the cartoons was Wally West. That's why he had red hair, because he's Wally West. That's not Barry Allen. And Wally West isn't whiny, but he jokes around. He's more inexperienced. He's
more, he quips like Spider-Man.
Yeah, he quips like Spider-Man. He's a little goofier. He's younger. He's a little more like what Ezra Miller was playing, but Barry Allen is not.
Right. Okay, well, again, maybe that is my own not complete knowledge of things. But that was the character that I thought that he was playing, was the one from the cartoons.
Hmm.
And okay, so that's not the same name of it's still the Flash, right? Okay, fine. So they got it mixed up and I got it mixed up. They should have done their research.
Look, let me just say,
It was a good movie. I don't care. It was entertaining.
Dislike this movie. I didn't hate the movie. I don't think there's I can pick out things to complain about, right? But I still enjoyed watching the movie. There was a lot of cool stuff in it. The whole opening sequence was awesome and fun. Most of the movie was very fun. It was great seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman. I liked that we got multiple versions, albeit very briefly, of multiple different characters, different Superman, different Batman, different, all kinds of different characters. That was all cool. There was a lot of cool concepts. I liked the way they visualized. I thought the way they visualized when he's going in time and able to go to a certain place is almost like this stadium. I thought was a cool way to visualize, so that the audience can kind of get a better grasp and understand, what's actually going on. I thought there was a lot of really cool stuff in it. That being said, there was also big problems with it, like the CGI, like Ezra Miller as Barry Allen really shined how much he should not have been that character. One thing, honestly, the best character in the whole movie, the one person who was playing a character in this movie that I looked at and went, that was fucking great. I would love to see more of that person as that character. Was fucking Supergirl. She was fucking great. They should have fucking dyed her hair blonde, but she did a really good job as Supergirl. And I actually liked her. Thought she did good. Obviously, Michael Keaton playing Batman honestly wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be. But it was still great.
That was cool.
It was basically just him. Cool. It was basically him. He wasn't in the movie as much as I thought he was going to be. He's got the scenes when they first meet him. He's got a couple scenes in the Batcave. And then the big battle towards the end. And then that's it. I did love I thought the whole scene where, and if you've watched Flashpoint, guys, this is not spoilery shit because this is a Flashpoint movie, but the whole scene where Barry has to get his speed back, that was a fucking great scene. This was a movie that brought a lot of really fucking awesome scenes from comic books from my entire life to life on the screen. And I thought they did a good job.
I have a spoilery question.
Uh-huh.
Because I haven't watched it yet. I'm just curious. Is Zoom in it? Or
no.
Or Reverse Flash?
There is something like that.
Reverse Flash isn't in it. Zoom isn't in it.
But it's not any of those.
Yeah, it's what's his name? Savitar, basically. It's basically Savitar.
Yeah, it's Savitar.
Essentially, is what it is. But
so you don't get the really creepy scene with the Flash, Reverse Flash, telling him what he's done to Barry his entire life.
No, yeah, and that, you don't get that. They
Ezra Miller probably would like
That
that.
was the one disappointment that I had was that there
Hold
was
on. Okay, so let's get into that just a little bit here. So they make it seem like in the movie that however his mother died was, I guess, just somebody broke into the house and she caught him and they stabbed her while she was in the kitchen. They stabbed her with a kitchen knife. It's not really gotten into any detail. You never see the person. You never see anything. It is just kind of presented because the only thing you ever see is the dad leaves and Ezra, when he's a little kid, goes upstairs. The next thing you know, she's dead in the kitchen with a knife in her chest. And then somehow, if the dad didn't leave the house, if he stayed there, she wouldn't have died. Therefore, the assumption is, well, somebody saw he was still home and didn't break in because they saw he was home, and then so she doesn't end up dead, which means it wasn't what's his face. So because he wouldn't have given a shit if Henry Allen was home or not, he would have fucking killed both of them.
Yeah.
So it
Flash,
wasn't Reverse Flash. I'm blanking.
Eobard wouldn't have cared.
Eobard Thawne. There you go. It wasn't Eobard because Eobard wouldn't have given a shit whether Henry Allen was home or not.
It would have been a twofer for him. It's like, I'll kill him.
Yeah, exactly. So you're left to assume that in this world it was just some random crook that didn't do it.
See, that was something that I was like, why did they not explain that? Because it was like, spoiler alert, it was about a thing of tomato sauce, not anybody else.
Yeah, the whole tomato sauce thing was stupid as shit.
Yeah.
Because if that's all it took, then he could have just shown his receipt with a timestamp on it from buying tomato sauce, and he wouldn't have been in prison.
Right. Well, there's that.
So, or a credit card receipt or anything other than relying on this video that it took them 20 years to get good footage of or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that was a stupid thing to hang him being in prison on, was he couldn't prove he didn't kill her because he couldn't prove he was at the store. What? This was the 1990s. You can't prove, or 2000s actually, I guess, when he's supposed to be like fucking 12, 13 years old. There weren't 1,000 fucking cameras that couldn't have proven he wasn't at the house at that time, that he would still be in fucking prison. Like, it was kind of dumb. And I overlooked that. And again, I don't want to trash the movie too much because it was a lot of fun. It was cool to see a Flash movie. There was a lot of really cool shit in it. It was cool to see Michael Keaton as Batman again. Supergirl was great. There was some awesome stuff. Getting to finally see Nick Cage as Superman was cool. Getting to see
that was like 5 seconds long. First of all,
it was. But what I'm saying is there was a lot.
The Michael Keaton thing. I expected that to be like 5 seconds long, and I got way more of it than I was expecting. So you said you thought you got less Michael Keaton than you were expecting.
Well, he's in the trailer.
I got way more Michael Keaton than I was expecting.
Well, because in the trailers, he's 90% of the fucking trailers that have come out.
Right, but I mean, how many times is there a trailer for a movie where they just show you the best part?
I understand, but their advertisement was you're going to get a lot of Michael Keaton Batman.
The advertisement is basically, this is a Batman movie.
Yes. And while he was in it a decent amount, he was certainly a co-star of the movie. He doesn't even show up till almost halfway through the movie. And then he's in basically 3 scenes, one of which he's not Batman at all. He's old man, fucking long hair, bearded, fucking Bruce Wayne, who's not Batman anymore. Then we get a couple scenes in the cave. Then we do get the Russia scene. There's the Russia scene when they go rescue Supergirl, and then the fight at the end. And that's pretty much it. And it was fine. I just expected more based on the trailers.
You're using half the movie. What do you want, dude? Jeez. I'm just saying, I expected there to be like a couple of scenes, and then it'd be like, oh, well, that was that universe, and then it'd be like another fucking universe that they're in or whatever.
Well, no, I expected him to fulfill the Thomas Wayne role of the original Flashpoint story. That's what I expected. That's what everybody expected. That's basically what he was, because in the original Flashpoint story, he goes, you know, he changes the universe, and it's Bruce Wayne's dad, Thomas Wayne, who's Batman, helps him get his powers back and does all this stuff.
It's a
And I
shame
knew this was the
they couldn't have
stand-in
Negan to
for
be
that.
Thomas Wayne. They
What?
couldn't bring back to. It's too bad they couldn't bring Negan back to be Thomas Wayne.
That would have been great, yeah. Look, I don't want to be too hard on this movie. It's like the fourth best DC movie after Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's 4-hour cut of Justice League, and Wonder Woman. It's like the next best one.
And can I just say the Nick Cage Superman thing, like, really could have used some more explanation. They just threw it in there, like,
Well, what's
here
the
you go, and then it was over, and there was nothing leading up to it. There's no explanation of it. There, you know what I mean? It was just there, and then it was done.
Well, there's no explanation to the Chris Reeves fucking shit either.
That needs way less explanation, though. There were whole movies made. You know what I mean?
Well,
How many Nick Cage Superman things were actually made?
if you were following comic books in the 90s, you knew about Nick Cage.
Well, and it's gone on to gain pop culture status because of Kevin Smith telling this story repeatedly, you know, of everything.
But did he cry when he told the story?
I'm just saying it could have used some more explanation. That's all.
Well, I knew what it was. My wife knew what it was. Everybody I knew what it was, so it was just there. Cool. Look, I don't want to trash the movie too bad. It was still fun. I'm glad I saw it. I'll probably watch it again when it comes on streaming somewhere. You know, and as a lot of times happens with movies like this, the more I watch them, the more I start to enjoy them. But, you know, there was also some big issues in the movie for me personally that made it less enjoyable. So I can't sit there and say it's like a great fucking comic book movie. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's better than fucking goddamn Black Adam, or most of the other shit that.
Okay, see, and the way that you were talking about it, it sounded like you were putting it on par with Black Adam.
No. It's better than Black Adam. No, dude, it's better than Wonder Woman 1984. It's better than Black Adam. It's better than either of the Suicide Squad movies. It's better than the first Aquaman movie. It's better than Batman v Superman. It's better than the theatrical cut of Justice League. Like I said,
Joker. Is it better than the Joker movie?
No.
Loves that I need?
It's not better than the Joker movie.
Oh my god. Fuck you.
Well, you hate that movie. I fucking love that movie because that movie's fucking great. I don't know why you don't like it, but it's a fucking great movie.
Don't understand it, I guess. I don't know.
The Joker movie is a excellently written and acted and directed and shot fucking film. It is not comic book accurate at all. It's like this weird fucking alternate.
It's a.
Are you talking about the new one that came out a couple years ago?
Yeah, the Joaquin Phoenix, whatever his name is.
Joaquin Phoenix, yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bunch of dudes with Asperger's and fucking art degrees got together and made a movie about the Joker.
Well, it's actually not about the Joker. It was written before it was branded the Joker. They actually just changed the name to the Joker just for publicity. It was never written to be a Joker movie.
It's just a really good movie. I do not look at it like it's an accurate representation of the Joker that I grew up with.
You could basically
I look at it like it could be an Elseworlds comic of this is that universe's Joker.
Yeah. You could really get by just calling the movie The Clown. And if it's...
Yeah. I still haven't seen it just because it just didn't look like it was going to be good at all.
I agree.
I think it's a great movie. I really like that movie. But...
I also really like that movie. So,
but also trying to compare this to The Flash is also very difficult. They're two very, very different movies. The Joker movie is a dark, fucking serious take on basically in a world with no superheroes because there's no superheroes in that world. It's a dark look at a dude falling into fucking madness. It's not a superhero movie. Other than the name, it's not a comic book movie. The Flash is a big, fucking action-filled, fucking colorful, fucking superhero comic book movie. They are two very, very fucking different movies.
I really, really like that part though, where Robert De Niro gets shot in the fucking face like a bitch.
Another DC movie that's better than The Flash is The Batman. That's another one that's come out recently that's better than The Flash.
I tried watching that
Batman.
when I was in my hospital room yesterday recovering.
Yeah.
And I got maybe 10 minutes into it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well,
Partially because I was so high on drugs that I wasn't really understanding what was going on.
Yeah. That's a great fucking Batman movie.
Okay, can we play
It
a game
is.
called Above or Below,
Above or below.
where you take the newest Flash movie
Uh-huh.
and then we throw another movie at you,
Okay.
and you put it either above or below the movie that we throw at you.
Okay.
Is that a thing we can do?
Let's do it. Give me some movies. I'll tell you.
All right. Batman Forever.
Oh, this is above Batman Forever. Yes.
Okay. What's the newer Batman with the Joker that was really, really good? What was the name of that one? I can't remember right now.
Oh, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Thank you.
Yeah, this
Dark
is below Dark Knight.
Okay.
This is below Dark Knight.
I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that. So below Dark Knight, Spider-Man,
Batman.
the Amazing Spider-Man.
Like the Andrew Garfield one.
Oh no, not that one. The older one, like the first
Tobey
one.
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Oh yeah, this is below all of those.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, I disagree with you there.
those movies are fucking great.
You're
Um,
picking out some of the best comic book movies ever.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. Like, how does it stack up to some good comic book movies? Like X-Men, the original X-Men movie.
The original X-Men doesn't hold up that well. I know I've watched it many, many times. I watch it about once a year. I mean, I would say there's a lot of aspects of this movie that are better than the 1999 or 2000 or whatever it was X-Men movie. There's a lot of aspects of this movie that are a lot better in a lot of ways. The characters, I think, are much more accurate in the X-Men movie. Overall, as a movie, I would say The Flash is better. Yeah.
So I got a question about it then. Had they put a different actor as Barry Allen, would the movie have been better?
If they've got somebody actually playing the character of Barry Allen, yes.
Well, the biggest issue is
it would have been
how
better.
the character's written. They got the character being goofy.
Yeah, and it was one thing for him to be a little bit goofy in like Justice League and stuff when he showed up because he's new and all that shit, right? I would expect him by this point. He's been Flash for several years. I would expect. I went into this expecting to be more of the Barry Allen that I knew, and he wasn't.
Right.
He's somehow even more like fucking neurotic and fucking whiny in this movie than he was in Justice League.
Jeez, that's hard to do.
So, and by the way, I don't know if they did it for money or time saving or what. And Honda, you didn't see this because you watched the internet version. But holy crap! Like, I didn't mind all the CGI stuff that was going on when he's like inside the Speed Force and going through time, and he's in that visualized stadium of his life and moving through time and stuff, and everything in that is CGI'd and looks just a little bit off. But I'm okay because that's like this weird, Speed Force representation of traveling through time. I was okay with the CGI being off in that little world. It kind of made sense. What didn't make sense is why we've had movies for fucking decades of movies where one actor is playing multiple roles in a movie. And there are ways that they shoot these movies so that can be done so that you actually have the actor playing both roles. They did not do that in this movie. What they did was CGI Ezra Miller's fucking face over somebody else, a la, Mandalorian season 2 finale with Luke Skywalker. And it was so blatantly obvious that when you would have a scene with both of them talking to each other or next to each other, that one of them was clearly a CGI fucking dummy. Instead of them shooting in a way where they could have him actually play both roles, one of them would just be clearly a CGI Ezra Miller face on somebody else's body standing next to Ezra Miller in a scene. And you're like, what the fuck? This is a fucking, multiple $100 million fucking movie. People have been successfully doing, like, speaking of Michael Keaton, look at the fucking movie he did back in the 90s where he played like 5 different dudes. Okay? And it was way better than this shit. So I don't know why they did that this way, because it was obvious when you watch the movie that is a CGI mask over somebody else standing in the scene next to Ezra Miller.
I just thought of like probably one of the best live action Barry Allens, John Wesley Shipp.
John Wesley Shipp in the old Flash show was a great fucking Barry Allen. He was a fantastic Barry Allen.
Yep.
That's how they should have got an actor who could do that shit.
Watchmen.
Anyway, come on, throw some more movies at me.
I just did. Watchmen.
Oh, Watchmen's a better movie. This is below Watchmen.
Okay. Wonder Woman, the original, the 2007, the first one.
You mean like 2014?
Whatever the first one was, where she was in World War II or whatever.
This is below Wonder Woman.
All right, I know your answer here. Endgame.
Oh, Endgame is the best comic book movie ever. So
we just had a bracket on that one a few weeks ago, and it won everything.
Suicide Squad.
This is better than Suicide Squad, yes.
I did like Suicide Squad, though. That was fun.
I haven't seen it, but I'm going to have to disagree because Suicide Squad was a good movie.
It was fun.
Which
Suicide Squad? Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad?
The
second one was
One
okay.
is vastly better than the other.
The Suicide Squad.
I would say this is better than The Suicide Squad. Yes. Not by as much as it is Suicide, because Suicide Squad without the on it is a horrible fucking movie. The Suicide Squad is a lot better, but I would still say The Flash is better.
is it
All
better?
right.
Is it better than the Peacemaker series?
No, it is not better than the Peacemaker series, which is fucking great. I love the Peacemaker series.
Is it better than Blade 2?
Yes, it's better than Blade 2. I will give you that. And I love the Blade movies, but it is better than Blade 2.
What about
Iron Man.
Blade 1.
Like the OG Iron Man 2008?
Oh, God, no, it's not better than that. No.
That was pretty good.
That movie was a perfect comic book movie.
X2 2003.
Oh, that's one of the best ones. No, it's not better than X2.
All right. Mystery Men, that doesn't even count. Captain America, Winter Soldier. Nope.
Fuck no. One of the greatest comic movies of all time. Fuck no, it's not better than that.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, it is not better than It's not better than any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. It's not better than any of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. It's not better than any of the Captain America movies. It's not better than any of the Avengers movies. It's not better than any of the Iron Man movies.
Logan.
It is not better than Logan. Logan's phenomenal.
I don't know. I did agree. I did enjoy the movie, though. I gotta say, whatever you say. Batman Returns.
It is better than Batman Returns. I don't like Batman Returns as much as some people do because I feel like it was way too much fucking Tim Burton in that movie. Like because the first one was so successful, they just let him go crazy with the second one.
Yep.
And I don't like it anywhere near as much as the first one. And I would say, yeah, Flash was a more fun movie. It was more enjoyable than Batman Returns.
Thor Ragnarok.
No, it is not better than Thor Ragnarok. Fuck no.
Love and Thunder.
I'd have to watch it again to determine whether or not it's better than Love and Thunder. Although I will say I like Thor: Love and Thunder better than most people do. A lot of people just fucking hate that movie. I think it's a very fun movie. Although this one might be better. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again to be sure. Maybe I need to watch them back to back, and then I'd be able to tell you. But
Thor: Love and Thunder was a fun movie, but it wasn't that good.
Here's the thing. And I think people forget because Ragnarok is such a fucking shining, gleaming fucking mountaintop of a movie.
Yep.
People forget the first Thor and Thor: Dark World exist. So they judge Thor: Love and Thunder just against Ragnarok when actually it is the second best fucking Thor movie.
I would agree with that, yes.
So, like,
World
I
sucked
get that
horribly.
when you compare it to Ragnarok, it looks like it sucks. But then compare it to Thor: Dark World and tell me how much it fucking sucks. It's like, oh, wait, yeah, that's right. I forgot that piece of shit existed. So,
Okay. And this is my favorite of the old Superman movies. Superman 2.
it's better than Superman 2. It's better than any of the Superman movies.
Agreed.
But again,
Although
you're
it's
talking
kind of like a
about
modern version of Superman 2, right? Kind of in a way. It wasn't about Superman, but it did have. Oh, I guess we can't talk about that. That would be a spoiler.
well, I just said, look, it was not a horrible movie. I am glad I saw it, but there were things about it that are obvious flaws and things that
I didn't watch them.
like fucking didn't work for me in the movie.
Okay, what would you give it out of 10?
Right now, out of 10, 10 being Endgame, 1 being Catwoman. Can Catwoman even be a 1? I don't know. It's pretty fucking bad. At this point, I'm giving it a 5.5.
Oof.
5.5 to 6, maybe.
I was gonna give it a solid 7.5 or 8. But you also like fucking Battleship or whatever, so
Yeah. So here's the thing: if this was on and Battleship was on, I'm watching Battleship.
yeah.
Yeah, don't you be dogging Battleship, Honda. I'll kick your ass.
I mean, you can go ahead and try. I'll just punch you in the titty.
No, right now, yeah, you would definitely win.
You feeling okay, man? By the way.
I'm hurting pretty good right now. I took some medicine a while ago. About to cook some dinner and probably go to bed afterwards.
So if we're doing a 4-star rating, I'm giving it 2.5 out of 4 stars.
Oof.
We're doing a 4-star rating, which means it's not a bad movie. It's a fun movie.
See, if we're doing 4-star, I'm giving it 3 stars. If it's 4 stars.
See, the 2.5 versus 3 isn't that far away when you're doing 4 stars. We're not that far off on a 4-star rating system.
That's better than half. 2.5 is better than half on a 4-star rating.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, it's not a horrible movie. Look, if you like comic book movies, go watch it. It's fun. All right.
Are you talking about the Spider-Man?
No. Talk about Flash.
Oh, that's fucking.
Oh, dude, the new
0.01,
Spider-Man.
dude.
The new Spider-Man is way better than the Flash.
Yeah, like
If you
4 out
wanna
of 4,
see-
bro.
If you want to see the best comic book movie that's out right now, go fucking watch Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Or Into the Spider-Verse, sorry. Because that's a way fucking better movie. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I still liked it. It has some issues.
I give it a 0.1 just because it has that actor.
So, take it for what you will, people. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But I don't know. Like I said, if you're a comic book fan, definitely go see the fucking movie. Like, there's a lot of cool shit in it. Although, like I said, if you know too much about Barry Allen and the Flash and DC and shit, then you might, like me, have some issues with it. Because you're going to be like, that ain't right. Like I said, and I'll reiterate this: the best character in the movie was fucking Supergirl, and she wasn't in the movie like a lot. She was in it less than fucking Michael Keaton was. But
Who played her?
She made. I don't remember the actress's name. I really don't. But she did a great job playing Kara. Like, you know, just and I know a lot of it just had to do with her lines, you know, and she got to talk about how she was sent to Earth to protect Kal-El and all this stuff, and you know, the only issue I had with her is they should have fucking dyed her hair blonde because Kara is supposed to be a blonde, but whatever. Still, she did a great job. Like she didn't look like they just took some chick and was like, "Go be Supergirl."
Sasha Kali.
There you go. There's her name.
Did
But
they
like,
make?
she,
Okay, so I didn't watch
I believed she was kicking people's ass in the movie, and the way she acted. You know what I
I
mean?
did not
Like,
watch the CW version of it. Was she a lesbian in that, or was
No.
that just Batgirl?
that was just the other chick. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Bat. Okay, good.
Didn't at the end though, her and like Lex's daughter or something on her like start having something going on?
I don't know. I never watched the last season. It got too bad. That show was really fucking bad. I'm ashamed I watched it for as long as I did, but I never watched the last season. Maybe the last season and a half. I don't remember. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they did turn her gay at the end or something. I don't know. But
Well, when
But
the
yeah.
ratings go down, there's only one more thing to do.
what?
When the ratings go down, there's only one thing to do.
Titties. And if you can throw in lesbians, that's double titties. So that's even better. I saw this great this video where it was like it's this chick and she's asking this other chick. She's like, "Why do guys get turned on by
I know
lesbians
exactly what you're talking about.
so much?" And then the other girl just picks up a chocolate bar, and goes, "Look, chocolate. You like chocolate, right? Oh, I love chocolate. Now here's 2 bars of chocolate. Get it?" And she went, "Oh yeah, okay, okay,
2 things I really like.
yeah." Fucking great. It's a great explanation.
Yeah. A simplistic one at that.
A naked chick having sex, 2 naked chicks having sex. What? What's not
Does
the
it need to
law?
be spelled? Yeah, exactly. Does it need to be spelled out?
Like, I don't. What's the problem? Anyway,
They expect it to be more complicated than that because for them it is, and so like because it's more complicated for them, like it's simple for us. It's like, why is it simple? That doesn't make sense. It must be a lie. There
Yeah.
must be more to it.
yeah, there must be more to it. No, there's nothing more to it.
Yeah, no, that's it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
now
don't know what we
briefly,
did.
briefly, I have to talk about this because this is me, and I will discuss it. I watched the new episode of Walking Dead, Dead City. It sucks. So that's really all that needs to be said about that. There was nothing good in that first episode. There was nothing that would make me want to watch more of this fucking show. There was like for a first episode, I would expect them to throw a little oomph and bang into this fucking show and like get people excited about wanting to see more of this show. And there was nothing in that episode that was even remotely entertaining or anything. It was just not good. It was boring. Like it wasn't even bad. Like it wasn't even like they were doing ridiculous shit that at least you could get some entertainment value out of. It was just fucking boring. It was a horribly boring first episode of a television show. So unless you just absolutely positively have to watch everything Walking Dead, there is no reason to watch this show that I can see at this point. First episode didn't lay any groundwork for making it a show that would be worth watching. So, like, I have to throw that out there. There's no reason to discuss it any further because it wasn't worth discussing. It wasn't even like there was stupid things that happened in it that are worth talking about how stupid they were. Just nothing fucking happened for like 52 minutes. It was just boring as shit.
Damn.
So
yeah, you got to come out guns blazing when you're coming out with a new show.
Do something. Even if the first episode ends up being the best episode, get people excited about wanting to see your fucking show.
Yeah, no shit.
It was boring as shit. So
I
we'll
haven't
just
seen
move on
it,
from
but I
that.
agree.
Also, they dropped Extraction 2 on Netflix this weekend. Everybody, remember the first Extraction, the
Oh yeah,
Chris
I'm
Chris
watching that
Hemsworth
later.
movie? So they dropped the sequel yesterday on Netflix. I watched it. It was fucking great.
Good. I'm glad
It
to
was
hear
just,
that.
I mean, look, this is, if you watch the first movie, this is not a particularly like complicated, complex fucking story, right? It's an action movie where they throw in a little bit here and there just to keep the story, adequate for an action movie. And it really doesn't need to be more than that. And it was fucking great. It was 2 hours of awesome fucking action and gunplay and kick-assery, and it was just a lot of fucking fun. Like,
Did
that
they
was a
tie it
really
in
fucking
at all?
fun movie. Huh?
Did they tie it in at all with the first one, or was it like it? Like
Oh
its
yeah,
own
it picks
movie?
up right where the first one ended.
Okay, cool.
Like, legitimately right. Remember at the end of the first one, he fucking falls off the bridge?
Yep.
That's where this one starts.
Okay, cool. That,
So-
sometimes they, go the route of making it its own independent movie, so to speak, even though it's a sequel. So I didn't know how they were going to play into it.
Yeah, this one fucking goes right. It picks up right where the last one started off or stopped. So, and it was a lot of fucking fun. So, highly recommend that one. And that's one that most people can watch for free. You ain't got to pay for that shit. I say go watch it. It's fucking fun as shit. So,
Yeah, me and the wife are going to watch that when we eat dinner later.
yeah, go watch it, man. You'll have a lot of fun. I'm just burning through all my topics tonight, and then we can just start talking about bullshit, I guess. Last thing I watched this week was the premiere episode of season 2 of Strange New Worlds, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which I really liked the first season. I had a lot of fun with it. Like, they brought some of that kind of old school, TOS and TNG era feeling back to Star Trek with the first season of Strange New Worlds. And I can't sit here and say this was like a banger fucking episode, because it wasn't. But it was a good episode and still felt like good, fun Star Trek the way the first season did. Odd choice for the first episode, because first of all, in the first, like, Pike's not in the first episode except for like the first couple of minutes, and then he goes off to go do something. So it's about the crew under the command of Spock going and partaking in this mission. It was a good episode. It wasn't a great episode, but at least it still felt like the first season and still felt like good, fun, old school Star Trek. So I don't know if anybody else has watched the first season of Strange New Worlds. I really liked it. It was cool to get like a bright, colorful, not dark and depressing version of Star Trek again. You know what I mean? Which is what Strange New Worlds was. And, it was just these kind of fun characters, that felt like old school Star Trek characters, where you've got Pike, who's kind of a good cross between like Picard and Kirk. Like he's more action than Picard, but more cerebral than Kirk was. And so he kind of plays this guy. I love him. I think he's a great. He is. And I said this when Discovery season 2 came out, which I know a lot of people don't like Discovery, but Pike and Spock and bringing those characters into Discovery season 2, like, really, like, I loved it. I loved it. Even though the show itself was not great, I loved those characters. And I've said this, after season 2, and I say this after Strange New Worlds, the first season, like, Pike has become my favorite Starfleet captain. Like, that actor, I'm blanking on his name right now off the top of my head, fucking just plays a wonderful Captain Pike. He does a fantastic job. And, yeah, I love it. I love it. So, Strange New Worlds is out. If you like Star Trek, old school Star Trek, I highly recommend people watch this show. I've talked to people before that, like, hate what new Star Trek is doing with Discovery and Picard, although I will say Picard season 3 was awesome. Thank you, Patrick Pew Pew in the chat. Anson Mount is the name of the guy who plays Pike.
Picard season 3 basically like retconned the entire show almost.
Yeah. And it went back to feeling like Next Generation, which
Actually,
I love.
it pretty much retconned the entire new Star Trek Card 3.
Yeah.
Because no more monster Klingons. They did that
Yeah.
with Stranger New Worlds too. No more monster Klingons.
Yeah, like the Klingons were in this first episode, and they look like regular fucking Klingons. They just look like good old-fashioned Klingons. So
They don't have the blue and white Klingons no more.
yeah, it's weird shit. But yeah, if you like old school Star Trek, you know, TNG, TOS, DS9, shit like that, Strange New Worlds is something you should be watching because it was cool. It was a lot of fun, you know. So highly recommend it. Second season's out. Dug the first episode. Again, it wasn't like you know how in like a season of a show, specifically Star Trek, there are great episodes, good episodes, and bad episodes, right? This was not a great episode, but it was not a bad episode. It was a good episode. I would have probably gone with a great episode for a first episode, but whatever. It was still good. I still liked it, and I still give it 2 thumbs up. So there you go. Those are the 4 things I wanted to talk about this week, and now we can just fuck around for the rest of the chat because I don't have any other topics. So unless y'all do, did y'all watch anything or see any geek consume any geek media this week that you want to talk about? Anything? I don't read comic books anymore, so I can't even talk about comics anymore. I just don't. I don't know. I haven't bought the newest paper trade for Saga in a while. Otherwise, I would talk about that shit. So I need to catch up on Saga. I might actually be two trades behind on Saga. I got to check. I think I've done trades 1 through 8, and they only come out once every 6 months. So you know you got to fucking wait to get them. So I'm either 1 or 2 trades behind in Saga. That's really the only comic book I read anymore.
So with Extraction 2, would you say the gunplay was just as good as the first or better than the first?
Probably better, actually. They upped it quite a bit. Dude, there's a sequence in the first act of the movie, which is the sequence they played in the trailer, so this is not spoiling anything, where he breaks into a prison to try and get some people out. And the way they shot that, I'm 100% positive there were camera tricks used. But this like 10 to 15 minute long sequence is shot in a way that it looks like one straight sequence.
Really?
It is one camera the whole time. I'm sure there are camera tricks that were used to film it because I'm sure they didn't just shoot 10 to 15 minutes straight because that would have been hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Given
they
that
did
it's
that in
straight
that movie 1917, didn't they? Where they filmed like the entire movie at once.
Yeah. And this was done that same way where it's like 15 fucking minutes of like just this one scene with no cuts or anything. And it looked fucking badass. The whole prison scene is shot like that. And it looked fucking great. So,
He didn't drop the soap, did he?
He never dropped the soap, no. He doesn't get smacked in the head with a brick and have a Molotov cocktail thrown at him, but
oh damn!
And then beats the shit out of somebody while his arm is still on fire from the Molotov cocktail.
Fuck yeah!
It's fucking great, man, dude. It's a great fucking action movie. It's badass. He beats the shit out of somebody with a flaming arm, man. It's like something out of fucking Ghost Rider.
Hell yeah!
Holy crap! I just saw pictures for like the live action One Piece anime for Netflix. It's a turd.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Luffy's,
that's one of those ones I'm gonna.
Luffy's Latino.
Oh Jesus! If I decide to watch that show, it will only be because my daughter talks me into it. But it also sounds like she's going to be the one that hates it more than me because I've never watched One Piece. She has, and she loved One Piece.
Yeah.
So she might hate this. I don't know.
Well, I bet you're hoping she does, so you don't have to watch it with her, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like I tried to watch that.
I saw pictures of like a screen, like a snapshot of people that showing pictures of like the cast, and it's like No, it can't be that bad. I got actually no. That's real. It's that bad.
Well, like, okay, so another show like that I never watched the anime was Cowboy Bebop, and I was like, when it came out, I was like, okay, well, I'll watch the series and see if it's any good because I like John Cho, you know, and I was like, we'll see if it's any good. Dude, I got halfway through the first episode and I was like, well, this is crap. I've never watched it. And I, not having watched the original anime, like, I should have enjoyed it more because I have no basis with which to compare it to, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't get through one episode. It was that fucking bad. I couldn't get through one fucking episode. So, I don't know. I have no plans to watch the One Piece live action because, you know, I don't.
Well, you still got to watch Cowboy Bebop, don't you?
I would like to watch Cowboy Bebop, the show, yeah. The anime, yeah.
Oh, it is so awesome.
All right, let's see. We got a super chat from Ghost Shadow says, how much does a comic book cost now? Last one I bought was $1.25. I mean, I see them all the time. They're like, the average price is what, $3.50?
No, they're like $4 or $5.
$4 or $5 now? Jesus Christ.
That's retarded. I remember when they were well under $1.
Fucking hell, for like 20 to 30 pages. What the fuck?
When I started reading comics, they were $1.
Yeah, I started reading comics, they were 75 cents or something like that. They were under $1. And for a while, they tried to keep them at 99.
Yeah.
DC kept them at $1 for a long time.
Yeah.
Then they went to $1.25.
When I got back into reading comics in the early 2010s for about 3 years, comics were like $2.50 to $3 a piece.
Shit.
Something like that.
What are you paying for? Mostly the artwork or what? I mean, fuck, it's not that many pages.
Less people read comics.
Those,
so
those Power Gold books, I wouldn't have bought them if I couldn't trade for them with some figures.
Mm-hmm.
So
Of course, I can't say much. The last comic I bought was like $5 or $6 on Whatnot. That was only because it was that foiled Venom one or whatever it was.
Led Lace in the chat says, even nudity couldn't save the wokeness of Why the Last Man. I only ever watched like the first episode of that, and it wasn't good.
No, I watched the first season of that, and it wasn't that good at all.
That was one of those shows that, like, okay, so it's a comic book. So I usually on stuff like that, even when it's got when it's bad, I'll like usually suffer through and watch the first season just to be like, okay, I want to properly judge this. But the problem with Why the Last Man was before the second episode premiered, it got canceled. And so I knew we were never going to get a resolution to the story. So I was like, well, what's the fucking point to watching it? Especially when the first episode was as bad as it was. Why would I continue to watch this show? It's already been canceled. It's the same reason I stopped watching. Like, I watched the first episode of that Swamp Thing show that came on about 4 years ago when they first started. Before HBO Max was HBO Max, the first thing they had was that DC. What was it called? DC. What was that
DC
streaming service?
Was it online? DC Online?
DC Online or whatever the fuck it was called, right? And that's where Titans came from. And that's where Doom Patrol originally started, was on that streaming service. But then HBO, Warner Brothers decided we're just going to do a whole streaming service for everything we own. And they did HBO Max and turned it into HBO Max. Anyway, they dropped.
I think you lost with when it did that with the DC Online. You could I think you could read all the comic books or something.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
could read comic books with it too. But like, they dropped an 8-episode season of a Swamp Thing show, and I watched the first episode, and the first episode was good. And then as soon as I watched the first episode, they canceled the series, and I was like, well, I'm not going to watch it then. I never watched it because I'm like, you're going to cancel the series. I had already been told it ended on a cliffhanger. So you've canceled a series on a cliffhanger. You've erased my interest in your fucking show, which sucked because the first episode was good.
Now, and I can't say that about all shows that get canceled because I still, to this day, highly recommend people watching Jericho.
and it got
Yeah, but
canceled.
see, it didn't end on a fucking cliffhanger.
Well, it kind of did.
I mean, not really. They came back and did another 6 episodes to round out the story.
Firefly is a 1-season show that got canceled way too early, but they didn't give
But
it a movie to
it
conclude.
ended on a fucking cliffhanger, so at least you get a full story.
Exactly.
And they made a movie.
And the final
to
episode
finish
was
it off.
really good too, with the bounty hunter.
Well, and then they gave it a movie too. You know, so like there's things you can go back and watch that even if they were canceled early, you can still get.
I don't
enjoyment.
understand why anybody writes a TV series now and gives it a cliffhanger for a season finale, because it's always in the air now. If you get a second season,
Dude, they're totally going to make a new season of Willow.
I heard that got canceled.
I'm totally serious right now.
He's totally
I heard it was
serious
canceled.
right now.
Okay.
No,
I'd
it's not.
say
They're
they
making
need to
more.
bring back Jericho either in a movie or finish it off in a show.
Because it was so good that they're bringing it back. The writers, they just did such an excellent job, and like the characters and the story were just so good that they it's undeniable. They had to make another season.
Yeah, that's your all-time favorite show, right?
Well, it was my all-time favorite movie when I was a child, and they ruined it as an adult.
And they turned it into the greatest television show that's ever existed.
Yes,
Exactly.
And see, and here we get to this is very similar to the Flash movie, in that you had a deep connection to the original Willow movie, more so than I did. I liked the original Willow movie, but I'm like 4 years older than you, and back in 1988, that's a significant difference, right? That's the difference between you were fucking what, 8, and I was like fucking 13 or something, right? That's a significant difference in age at that age. So you had a much bigger connection to that source material. So when the show came out and it was stupid, like that offended you way more. This is the same thing with Flash. I grew up.
Is not the same thing. Like it's the same thing, I guess. Like you could say, like apples and oranges are both fruit.
Well, it's the same thing
the same.
in the sense that because I have a deeper connection to the story and the character of Barry Allen, I disliked this movie more than you did.
Okay, the difference is they didn't exactly get some things right, and they tweaked things in ways that you might not have liked, right? Versus they put Willow on a block of wood and raped him repeatedly with like
that's basically
trolls
what they did.
and fucking wizards and all kinds of shit, dude.
Well,
it was like a gang
we
rape.
didn't get Barry Allen in any of the movies.
No,
Barry sucked in all
well,
the
this
movies.
is what I'm saying too. Like, I did not dislike the Willow series the way you did. I thought it was stupid, but I still thought it was dumb, fun entertainment, right? Like, I don't put any stock in it. I don't really care about the character of Willow. It was not a movie that I had a deep connection with as a kid. So the series did not piss me off the way the series pissed you off. Like, I see all the criticism that you have of the show. And if I had a deep connection to the movie the way you did, I would probably hate it as much as you did. But I didn't. So the show did not piss me off. I watched the whole fucking thing. And it was majorly fucking stupid at times. But it was still dumb, fun, fucking fantasy action. So I still got a level of enjoyment out of it in a way that you fucking didn't, because you fucking hated it because of what it does to the legacy of the character of Willow.
Again, so there's a huge difference between like them missing the mark exactly where it should be.
I agree. Yes, I agree.
To Flash, and like the blatant, like, I don't know, willful fucking ignorance of the source material, and just like this willingness to just go your own way and have all of these like wokeisms just sewn into the fabric of your storyline because that's who we are, and shit like that. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. It was seriously bad on every single palatable level that I can fucking think of.
And I will say, because I don't I don't hate the Flash the way you hate Willow. I still liked it. I just have way more issues with it than you do. So I do see the difference. I get the difference. What's up, Duke? Are you awake?
What up, baby?
Did you come in here to take a nap?
No, man. I've been messing with my computer, trying to get it fixed.
Okay.
Yeah,
Duke, I
Yes.
mentioned it earlier, but since you're here, I'll bring it up again. Have you had a chance to watch the first episode of Walking Dead: Dead City?
I have not. Is it out?
It's out, and it sucks.
Oh, really?
Yep. There is nothing entertaining in that entire 52 minutes of television, and it is not worth watching.
Are you serious?
Dead fucking serious. It fucking sucks.
What happens when Rick sucks?
Then that's going to be a bigger disappointment. Because I'll be honest, like if this show was good, I'd be fucking happy. But if this show sucks, I don't really care anymore. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
had no expectations of this show. So
That really
I have
worries me.
expectations of the Rick and Michonne show. I have expectations because they've been building that for 5 fucking years. So if that sucks, that's going to be a way bigger disappointment. This one doesn't disappoint me because I didn't really have any expectations for it. I was just like, oh, more Walking Dead. If it's good, it's good. If it sucks, whatever. And it sucks. So there you go.
That disappoints me so bad that you don't even like it at all.
Here's the thing. The first episode of any show, as we've talked about many times before, should hook you.
Uh-huh.
And this show wasn't even like offensively bad. It was just so fucking boring and nothing fucking happened that I have no interest in seeing the rest of this fucking show.
Oh, gosh. And you have
There
a
was
perfect
nothing-
opportunity to turn the clock back and
Yeah.
make Negan great again.
There was
Like you could make him
nothing
bad.
interesting in this entire fucking episode. There was not one fucking interesting scene, not one interesting line of dialogue. There was not one interesting character introduced. Even the premise of the show just starts with Maggie finding Negan and saying she needs his help to find her kid. We don't get to see the kid get kidnapped. We don't get to see there's no building to why she needs to find Negan. It's just in the first scene, she goes to the place where Negan is and finds him.
Oh,
And then just via a couple lines of dialogue explains that Herschel got kidnapped and I need your help because you know the guy who did it.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I get
'Cause
none of that. It's just you explaining the situation. You didn't bother to film some of that shit.
If it starts to pick up in the season and get better, will you go back and start and give it another chance?
Yeah, I mean, if it gets better, I'll watch it. But again, a show needs to hook you in the first
Oh
episode.
no, I agree.
You know what I mean? You know what recently did that in a phenomenal way? Fucking House of the Dragon. That
Yeah.
first episode of House of the Dragon was goddamn glorious.
The whole season.
The whole season was,
You
but
really
like
need.
the
you
show
really- yeah.
fucking hooks you from the first episode, right?
But
that
yes.
is one of those things where you're just like, fuck yes. Hell yes. You know? And this show does not do that at all. In no way, shape, or fucking form. This show was not even mildly interesting at all.
Oh,
Did anybody watch the trailer for the Animate Babylon 5 movie?
I did. And it looks fucking great. Here's the thing. When I saw still images from the trailer like a week ago, I thought that animation looked dumb as fuck. And then seeing it actually animated and moving, it looked fucking awesome. So it's weird. It has this weird
It's got an
animation
anime style.
Yeah, it's got this weird animation style that in still frames that I saw just looked dumb. But then when you watch the trailer, I was like, oh, it looks actually really good. It's very stylized, but it
Stylized,
looks good.
angular looking
Yeah,
characters.
but it worked. It fucking worked for the characters in the trailer.
Really so for the shadows.
Yeah. It actually looked really good, which I was worried because when I saw those still frames like a week or two ago, I was like, oh, is that what it's going to fucking look like? But then when you see it in motion and it looked really fucking good. So
The animation's pretty fluid. So
it kind of reminds me of the first time of Into the Spider-Verse from a few years ago, before the trailer released, and the stylized version of the characters in still images looked. People were like, "What the fuck is this?"
And
You know what I
it's
mean?
Not, yeah, and it's not a reboot. It's continuing the story. It's like a story in between stuff.
Yeah. No, it looked good, man. I don't remember when it comes out though. I don't remember when it comes out. I'm definitely gonna watch it as soon as it's available because it looked good. So
When is it available?
let's see.
Something I always I've watched a ton of clips of it. I need to break down and watch the series. Mr. In Between.
Did you say Mr. In Between?
Yep.
What is that?
It's like a about his hitman. It's like he's a divorced father, and he's like where he's doing his job as being a hitman and an enforcer, and dealing with like his personal life too. But it's like he enjoys his work. He's not like really like a psychopath. He's
Wait, is this that Australian show?
I think so. Yeah,
on FX. Yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I haven't watched it, but I've seen the trailers for it. Yes. Now I know what you're talking about.
And from my understanding too, like the gunplay in the show, what they talk about, it's like really accurate, like gunplay. You get the sound effects really good too. Like when he's shooting like metal, it actually sounds like he's shooting like a metal door instead of.
Yeah, because I've seen some clips of it, and I've seen the trailer, and it's like he's gotten out of prison. He's been released from prison, and it's like him trying to get his life back a little bit with his kid, his daughter, and stuff. And he's divorced, but he's also obviously still a criminal.
Yeah, but he's got
I know what you're talking about.
He's got a code of honor type thing, and
yeah, I know what you're talking about now, and I've heard it's really good. I haven't watched it yet. Isn't it like it's on its second season, I think?
Well, they only made 3 seasons, and that was it. That was the plan. They did. The show was done, so it's done entirely. It's not a cliffhanger. They planned 3 seasons. They shot 3 seasons.
Mr. In Between. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I do need to watch that show.
Are you guys hearing the NSA agent that we have in the chat that's making weird computer noises or something?
We don't have an NSA agent on this channel.
I was wondering what the static was.
Yes. Okay.
I don't hear anything. What are y'all hearing?
It's like
static
buzzes.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, what about that other cut of Batman Forever? We talk about that yet?
What?
There is an unreleased cut of Batman Forever that old boy's trying to get released. What's the Silent Bob? What's his name?
Kevin Smith?
Kevin Smith is aware of another cut of Batman Forever with Val Kilmer that has like 140 extra minutes, and it makes the
140 extra minutes.
Yeah,
Kevin Smith is also full of shit nowadays too.
Okay, but yeah, so I guess there's another version of that which is darker and flows better with Batman 1 and 2, and he's trying to get Warner Brothers to release it, and I guess it's I saw some clips from it. Yeah,
I would watch the shit out of it if they released it. Yeah. I had not heard that though.
Yeah,
I don't pay much attention to Kevin Smith like I used to. Like I used to follow his podcasts and stuff a lot, and then he got way more whiny and bitchy after he had his heart attack. Like, I mean, I don't fault the dude. He like almost died, but like I don't know. He's become way less entertaining to me since he had his fucking heart attack.
I get it.
So. I don't really pay much attention, but I used to the Schmodcast and all that shit. I used to listen to all that.
The Schumacher cut, what they calling it?
The Schumacher cut. Okay.
Literally, it's a 170-minute version of the film.
Well, there you go.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about, like, I actually, I still enjoy Batman Forever. Like it's arguably not a good movie, but like there's some good stuff in it. Like I enjoy it. Like I didn't hate it when it came out, and I still don't hate it. It's nowhere near one of the better Batman movies or anything like that. But I still enjoy it. I still like it. I still think it's got some fun to it. But it's hard for me to forget that Joel Schumacher made Batman and Robin as well. Like, I get that those two movies arguably are the two worst Batman movies. But Batman Forever is still infinitely better than Batman and Robin. But I get concerned when you say a Joel Schumacher cut when I think, well, he's also the one that made Batman and Robin. Like, did he really make it darker, or did he just make it more comic booky like he did with Batman and Robin? I don't know. But I would watch it. Fuck yeah, I would watch it.
I like Val Kilmer.
Well, apparently, reading like IGN's got a thing where most of the footage cut from the theatrical release is rumored to center around the emotional, psychological issues of Bruce Wayne to become Batman. Something along with like the fully fleshed out Batman Begins.
I agree. I like Val Kilmer. I especially liked him in Willow.
Holy rusted metal, Batman. What? Oh, the ground
Rusty.
covered with holy rusted
Full of holes.
metal.
He's just sour about that Willow.
You would be too if they stole your childhood and put it in a torture chamber of.
No, I agree. I mean, you have every right
to
to feel that way.
without getting FBI agents.
I'm gonna tell you what, I got Willow mixed up with Beastmaster. And I'm gonna tell you what, that Beastmaster, when them dudes with the blanket arms came and hugged people and they came out like liquid, I'm gonna tell you what, that freaked me the fuck out of me.
They fall out like bones.
The freakiest part about that movie
That was great.
is the beginning of the movie when they
Oh,
transfer the baby
That's
to the
still-
cow.
That freaked me out as a child so much. Watching
Yeah,
him.
and then they
I didn't mind
dog.
the bat creature guys or hawk
No.
creatures, whatever.
And-
That whole opening scene with cutting the cow open, taking the baby out, and
And then they put the stuff in the people's ears again, the ears.
yeah,
And it makes the liquid and they turn them into the oh my gosh. No thanks.
What movie scarred you guys as a child? For me, it was Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That'll get you.
For me, okay, so first there's scenes, and then as far as movie goes, but like scenes, the two that jump out to me is the fucking cow birthing scene, and then when they put shit in Chekhov's ear in fucking Wrath of Khan. Those two scenes freaked me out as a kid. But then the whole movie of Poltergeist freaked me out as a kid.
Yeah.
Cartoon related. It's when they killed almost the entire G1 cast in the Transformers movie.
Yeah.
When we meet up with Duke, we're gonna have to hold him down and pretend he's Chekhov.
No, I will. Somebody's losing an eye.
Yeah.
Which one? One of y'all losing an eye, you can come back look like a pirate.
Let's get like some sort of like giant bug from a pet shop that's benign.
Oh gosh.
So we'll hold it. We'll hold him down and let it crawl on his ear.
Oh my
Yeah.
It's some giant scorpion or something that doesn't fucking pinch or do anything.
Oh gosh. E.T. baby, that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, E.T. got me too when I was little. I gotta admit.
Yeah.
Oh,
E.T.
that
was
laced Anarchy. Geek Fusion is Duke ever watched The Faculty?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And another movie I watched way too young, Jaws. I'm still terrified of the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, that one always gets me. There's something about it being like that. That's a real shark that someone made. I get that some people say it looks fake. It doesn't. It looks good. It still holds up to me, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is, they leave it up to your imagination.
Yeah.
See that, Jared?
Yep.
Remember on your chat last week, people were saying he's not going to be Aquaman anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's still Aquaman. That's
Aquaman. I love that quote.
That's the end credit scene. I recorded that on my phone.
Johnny Depp for the win.
Aquaman.
Now we're gonna take that off because I don't know. That might get somebody dinged, but
I could be.
I
a
like
bad
Jason
dude.
Momoa as Aquaman.
Jason Momoa
I
is
do too.
clearly, by the end of The Flash, is clearly still Aquaman.
So, Duke, I know you were on Honda's and Matt's chat the other day when they showed it, but I think you had fallen asleep. What is your thoughts on the whole alien crash landing in Las Vegas?
Well, I've had about every single one of you motherfuckers DM me and send me fucking pictures of that shit, from fucking Facebook to fucking everything. So I don't know. I've seen everything, and I'm pretty sure that those are aliens or demons coming to get us. So I don't know.
I heard that they were spotting them over Michigan too, or they were heading to Michigan or
Yes,
something.
heading to Michigan, motherfucker. Yeah, that's all I need
Okay.
right now.
I got a couple of videos here that, if you don't mind, can I share a couple things with Duke real quick, Matt?
What? Oh, wait, real quick, Duke. How are your mirrors?
Thanks, man. Just was thinking about that too, about how I wasn't afraid of mirrors until Matt sent me a video about mirrors being portals, and they're not really
you didn't
mirrors.
know that?
You're gonna fucking. And now every time
Whoa.
you look in the mirror, you're gonna look to
Whoa.
see if something's off.
My wife just gave me scared the crap out of me.
Duke, watch this.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Oh, this is a good one.
What's gonna happen? What is that, man?
That's a little kid.
Oh my gosh, he's not even there.
Hold on. Now watch this. So now he's outside pounding on the door.
Yeah.
So let's watch it again.
Nope. Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Duke, was that your house?
What about the movie Slither? Have you watched that?
No, I don't watch that movie. I don't know. That sounds.
Oh, that's a
nasty.
great fucking movie.
Okay, speaking of Slither,
Oh, there's a Slither right there.
Duke, check this out.
What is that?
Watch it.
Oh. That's unhealthy.
Why would you do? What is that? And why would you do that to yourself?
Duke, we're gonna get you a farm of those.
Stop.
That's the things that we're gonna put next to your ear.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
You need to.
We're gonna
Change
hold
it.
you down and tap one until it does it to you.
You need to change the channel. What is this?
Like,
Oh
look
my
at that thing, dude. What is that?
Some of us
I
are
don't
trying
know.
to fucking eat.
Now I could see that actually being alien life form or something like that, not no green, gray monster or whatever with big bug eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Are you okay, Duke?
No, I just ate some sausage.
Duke
Oh,
needs
no.
to take a bath. Take a bath with a bunch of those.
That's just an extra spicy sausage.
Exactly.
My gosh.
Are you right there, brother?
And
No,
that's,
I
how,
hate-
that's
I
how
hate-
sausage is made.
I hate all of you equally.
But we love you, Duke. We love you.
No. That's so horrible.
Hey, did you just see that last picture, Duke, in Discord?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw it. I know it's horrible.
I thought it was cute.
No, it's not.
That was great.
It wants to be your friend, Duke.
There's like 5 or 6 of them standing there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, let's see. What else do we have to freak Duke out?
Oh, I'm seeing. Here's something in the private chat.
Oh, let's watch it. This is what freaked Duke out.
Are portals.
saya. Is it Duke?
Dookie.
Cepat, ambil.
Look at his eyes.
She makes like a creepy smile.
I've seen this one. Don't do it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Those would be so easy to edit, though. Like if you think of, like, oh, we'll
Why
just.
are you fucking with us? Why? Shut up. Freak Duke out. This is Freak
I'm
Duke
just
out.
saying. I'm just
Oh,
saying. You don't have to
man.
be freaked out, Duke. You can have some rationality.
There is no rationality left.
That's how.
Well,
That's
sure
how
there
the
is.
demons get in through the portals and the mirrors.
The mirrors are gonna get me.
Oh.
Next thing you know, Duke won't be on camera because he's afraid it's stealing his soul.
Yeah. He's gonna look in the mirror next time and he's gonna see Momo right there.
No.
Momo.
Momo.
Don't talk about Momo. He's had some trauma with Momo.
No more.
I just wished your wife would have recorded that one.
Yeah.
Me too.
That would have been great.
Oh,
Maybe we
terrifying.
need to get a hold to her and suggest it.
I don't think she's going to do that again. Let's see. Lele says, "Has Duke seen The Faculty? We should do a watch party." You've seen The Faculty,
have.
right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a good movie. I like. There's nothing creepy
Yeah.
about this movie.
Well, those worms that are coming out of the kid's face.
Okay.
I mean, he wants like Children of the Corn or something like that. Like something that's relevant to Duke.
Children of the Corn.
My son does
Oh,
look
the
like
first-
he's Amish.
The
He
first
needs a
Children of the
haircut.
Corn is pretty good.
And there have been
And then
like
they made sequels.
endless amount of sequels for those movies.
All right, I'll be right back. I gotta go grab
There's like
something.
5
You're
of
getting
them
all
or something
freaked
like
out.
that.
I'll be right back.
Something
I
like
think
that.
Duke's got to go rock in the corner.
Yeah.
He's
Away
gotta
from
go
the
grab his. He's gonna grab his emotional support
Oh.
AR-15.
Oh, have you
That,
seen
yeah.
like the
Or his blankie.
spin they're putting out with the director of the Flash movie said, "Oh, the terrible CGI wasn't intentional."
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you intentionally fucking make the shit horrible? That's retarded.
And like I said, the CGI. So when they're in the whole fucking Speed Force time travel thing, like that everybody in there looking slightly off, and the way that was portrayed on screen, the CGI being a little bit off, and everybody looking a little bit off. I was okay with that. That didn't bother me because it's kind of this weird like time fucking travel Speed Force representation of what Barry's seeing. But like again, to go back, the CGI with there being 2 Barrys on the screen, this is not anything new. One actor playing multiple roles, being on screen at the same time in movies has been around for a really fucking long time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It should not have been difficult to pull that off.
Wait,
Sorry.
And when you've got all these fucking Luke Skywalker fucking into Mandalorian looking Barry Allens on screen at the same time as a regular Barry Allen, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Seriously?
Oh, fuck.
Just do what everybody else has done for fucking decades and do the scene twice with him in it twice. Like, again, I don't know if they did that because it was cheaper to just CGI because he didn't have to then do all these scenes 2 times or what. I don't know why they did it that way. But it just didn't look good.
with technology now, it might be cheaper to do it that way with the deep fake.
That's what I'm thinking, is it was just cheaper to CGI a fucking, Ezra Miller face there while another actor stood in the scene with him. than it was to just film the scenes twice.
Poor computer had to see that render all those faces and see
Yeah.
Ezra Miller.
Because it was very obviously like, you know what I mean? It's like when we see Luke at the end of fucking Mandalorian. You know how he just looked off?
Mm-hmm.
You know? It was like that. And it's like, oh, okay. So, I don't know. It was like, it didn't make any sense. It certainly didn't make the movie better. But, again, I still liked the movie. I saw it twice. Fuck, and I'm glad I did. There's a lot of cool shit in the movie. A lot of cool comic book stuff, a lot of Flashpoint stuff. It's still a good movie.
Well, poor Ezra Miller didn't have the reverse flash to jerk him off, though.
Uh-huh.
That was so weird in the animated Flashpoint. It's like, it was me.
It was me, Barry.
Jerked you off so fast and made it look like you spooged in your pants.
Fucked up shit, man. Well, because, Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne's a fucked up, twisted, psychotic motherfucker.
Yeah.
That is the kind of thing he would do.
Well, he's also a genius, though. Like, that's kind of the thing about Eobard Thawne that people forget about is how smart he is.
Huh?
Like, yeah, he's fucking sadistic and twisted and fucked up and selfish and, like, wants to fuck over everybody in the whole world for his own power or whatever. But he's also, like, so smart he can fucking pull it off, He's a good bad guy. I was disappointed he wasn't part of the movie. But I feel like the way that they left that one part open about Barry's mom that we discussed earlier,
yeah,
they left it open so that he could still be part of the movie, I feel like. Like, if they wanted to, they could come out with, like, a new, like, the next sequel or whatever where Eobard Thawne is there as the Yellow Flash doing the things that the Yellow Flash does.
Yes, but it just doesn't make sense that Thrawn would be dissuaded because Henry decided to be there. You know what I mean?
Right, but maybe there would be a Eobard Thawne, like, 3D chess level fucking shit going on that he would,
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll change the actors out, not use Ezra anymore. But I didn't say before that they said they were going to keep him.
They haven't specifically said that. There have been rumors coming out that he might stay on as the Flash because
James Gunn's made a huge commitment to Ezra Miller. He's actually staying in his guest house. He's basically sponsoring him.
Well, yeah, he was on house arrest at James Gunn's house.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, look, he's not a good Barry Allen. He's just not a good Barry Allen.
No, I knew that from the Justice League movies.
Yeah.
I don't care, even if
you know what would be awesome? If we could get a blonde Barry Allen. We have yet to have a blonde Barry Allen.
Actually get a blonde Barry Allen like he's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
We have never gotten a blonde Barry Allen in live action.
No. The closest we got was John Wesley Shipp, where they lightened his hair, but it was almost like a strawberry blonde kind of fucking, a little more red. But
he played a great Barry Allen, though.
Yeah,
I do get a little frustrated that everyone keeps saying this is the first Flash movie, and it's not.
What do you mean? The first live action Flash movie?
Oh, baby, that 90s one. That's a Flash movie in the 90s.
That was a TV show.
No, man, that was a video cassette that I rented. It was a movie.
So you rented the fucking pilot, which was the first 2 episodes.
That's a lie. Why you gotta lie to me? That's the movie. It's called the Flash movie. I watched that as a kid. I thought it was the coolest
actually, I
thing
do
ever.
remember they did put the pilot together as a movie on VHS.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, thank you. A movie. That's my Flash. All extra crispy looking, like big as heck. Yeah.
By the way, that's still the best Flash suit we've ever gotten on screen.
I'm telling you, it is.
Oh yeah.
That suit from that show was fucking awesome.
WB tried to recreate it when he showed up, but it didn't look right. It was too baggy.
Yeah.
That's my Flash movie.
That suit, to this day, there's not been a better Flash suit on screen.
What about that Captain America one though, with the eye holes that are all messed up?
Oh, where he had rubber ears? What?
Yeah, but his eyes, the eyes were cut out wrong. Like it was like you wearing my mask.
I don't get why would you not just cut out the opening for his ears and put rubber ears on?
I don't. They didn't make
cow.
no sense. Didn't make no damn sense. Although,
his Picard maneuver, like his go-to move, was to pretend to be sick and steal somebody's car.
Yeah.
Yo.
Although, I forget who the actor was, but the makeup for Red Skull was pretty decent for what was that, scene 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Whenever that came out, it was kind of like how if you've ever watched the that horrible fucking abomination of a Fantastic Four movie from around that same time, that Roger Corman Fantastic movie, where it's like it's such a horrible movie, but they spent the entire budget on the Thing's costume because it looked really good. Like they did a pretty goddamn good job with the Thing.
Well, that movie was never meant to be released.
Yeah, it was just for rights.
Yep.
Oh, it really wasn't made to be released?
Yeah, that Fantastic Four movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Red Skull actually looks pretty wicked. He
looked pretty good.
Looking.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a pretty damn good job on Red Skull from that horrible fucking movie.
The guy that got to play Captain America actually looked pretty decent to be Steve Rogers. It's just the costume sucked.
Well, it was the costume, and he can't act for shit. Like, he's a horrible fucking actor. So,
fucking old man Buttwrinkle said, "Y'all are gonna make Duke go join the Amish."
Yeah, he's gonna go where they don't allow mirrors or electronics.
They're just down the road,
Duke, because those Amish live around a lot of cornfields.
They do.
The rubber ears. I'm looking at the pictures like, why?
All right,
I do like that Jack Link, was it the Slim Jim commercials, like when the Amish guys give those two kids a ride in the what'd you do before the internet? The Amish guy snaps into a Slim Jim. Oh, your mom just sends me pictures in the mail.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What else is the chat talking about out there? Lele says there was a 2010 version of Children of the Corn that was pretty decent. Never seen it. Never seen it. I think
I've seen it once.
Wait, have I? I don't know. I mean, the only one I know for sure I've seen is the original. I don't know if I've ever seen more than that. I feel like, didn't they do a Children of the Corn like sci-fi movie in like the mid 2010s or something like that?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Do you remember in the 90s when there would be like a mini series that would come on for like 5 Sundays in a row and you would watch it every Sunday? And how fun that was to go to school on that Monday and talk about like that part of the series or something like that. It was always like the late spring, early summer time frame. It was
the last great miniseries I remember was Sci-Fi Channel 2003-ish Taken.
Yes.
But the aliens coming down and taking people.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And that little girl who was like, her grandfather was an alien or something like that. So she had like some alien powers. And it was like, what's her face? Dakota Johnson when she was a little kid.
Yep.
Yeah. That was good. I haven't watched that one in a long time. I need to go back and watch that. Then of course, they fucking USA ripped that storyline off with the 4400 and did a whole TV show for like 4 seasons about that same shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like the last great miniseries I remember.
Yeah, like The Stand.
The Stand was awesome. They did a bunch of Stephen King miniseries. They were all good. I liked
Oh yeah.
all as it came out.
I am very happy now. I just happened to check the website. They
Uh-huh.
have The Outer Limits, the TV series. From
Oh yeah,
95.
they've got all that shit. Yeah.
Boo. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, I like the miniseries, the Outlanders or what, Outriders or whatever, that one on the plane for that one.
Oh, Langoliers?
Langoliers.
Yeah.
Tommy
That was
Knockers.
Tommy Knockers was good. Langoliers, The Stand.
Christine.
Sci-Fi did some good miniseries too, though, because they had both those miniseries they did of Dune were actually pretty good. Way better than the 1984 Dune.
You remember The Beast from Sci-Fi? It was the huge squid movie.
I don't remember that one.
Oh yeah,
I
it
don't
was
either.
late 90s. The squid. It
Oh,
was a big-
I got you.
I think I have vague memories of the trailers or whatever from that one, but yeah.
Well, I got you a versus. Killer car movies. The Car versus Christine.
The Car. Remind me which one that one is.
That diecast black car. Josh Brolin is a town sheriff in a western town. This black car shows up and starts killing people.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I've ever actually seen it though.
It's got a train horn too. It's like it shows up and just plows through side of the building.
I mean, I'm remembering a show about a killer car with Josh Brolin. Like that's
Like one of the opening scenes in the movie, you see these bicyclers, and the car just starts coming up and just starts bumping the tires, and it kills the two cyclists and it goes in a tunnel.
I
and
don't
then,
remember that one.
Grinds them inside the tunnel.
I'll tell you what movie got me: Pet Cemetery 2 as a kid. When that dad killed that kid with the motorcycle and ripped his face off, that was terrifying.
I've never seen two. I've seen the first one. I've never seen.
No,
this.
dog. It's
Like-
old boy from Starship Troopers and everything else. He flips a motorcycle upside down, turns it on, and puts it up to a kid's face and rips the kid's face off. It's so horrible.
Damn.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
The other one that got me when I was a kid, The Leprechaun.
Yo,
that was a good movie. I love those.
So there's the part where I forget which leprechaun it was, honestly. But like the dude's in the garage and the leprechaun's like hypnotizing him, and he thinks that he's looking at like a really hot naked chick showing him her tits, you know?
Yes.
And he goes into like to kiss him and give him some love, and it's a lawnmower. The blade.
I remember.
I've never seen any of the Leprechaun movies.
Oh my god.
The first one, wasn't that where Jennifer Aniston got her start?
I don't know. Or another one, Puppet Master.
Oh, yeah.
Puppet Master. Yes.
The original Puppet Master. That was
a great movie.
Freaked me out when I was a kid.
Yes, the Puppet Master. Is
I don't know about the movie, but the book is great.
Wait. Now, which Puppet Masters are we talking about? Are we talking about Puppet Masters or the Puppet Masters?
I think it's the OG, the Puppet Master.
The Puppet Master.
So you're talking about the one that's basically Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
No.
Okay.
They're little puppets.
Yeah, okay, that's
alive.
That's Puppet Masters. Then there's the Puppet Masters.
Okay, so I guess it's Puppet
which is
Master.
an old book from the 1950s that was where they stole the idea for Invasion of the Body Snatchers from, which they made a movie in the 90s about, which is a great fucking movie. And it's about an alien species coming down and taking over people.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's a great.
That's an awesome book.
I know the Puppet Masters, or Puppet Masters, about the little fucking puppets and shit.
It's singular, not plural. Puppet Master.
The Puppet Master. Sorry.
Andre Toulon, Blade, Leech Lady, Pinhead, the Jester.
Yeah, I've seen the first one of those. I know they did multiple sequels. I've only ever seen the first one.
And there is no continuity in between the movies. It's not. It's like it's a different universe each time. It's like they try to like do it like a universe and they get the timelines wrong. Like,
Yeah. Now, has anybody seen the Sci-Fi Puppet Masters? The one me and Tim are talking about.
I haven't.
That's a great fucking movie. If you've never seen that, like, it's essentially. I mean, it's different than Invasion of the Body Snatchers, because in Invasion of the Body Snatchers, they like have these pods that create whole new people that are, this is about these aliens that come to Earth and like attach themselves to people and then take over the body of the person.
Yeah, because they attach themselves to their spinal column and send tendrils up into their brain and control them like a puppet.
And it's really good. It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, it is great.
It was what, 97, something like that, maybe 96, 97. I can't remember when that movie came out. It was
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, the other one that freaked me the fuck out when I was a kid because I watched it way too young was not Walking Dead. It was damn it. It's about zombies. It's in the 80s.
Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead.
Oh my god. How did you know?
Because it freaked me out. Because they die, but they don't think they die, and then they're dead, and they realize they're dead. It was the most terrifying thing. And I'll tell you what, my grandfather at the time transported coffins, and he gave some coffins away to my family because that's what you do when you're a weird grandpa and you give coffins away that are used. These were used coffins, only used once. Yeah,
No.
how he had used coffins, I don't know. But inside the used coffin was a gel pack to help keep the bodies cold. Well, it broke open, and I was about 8 years old and just watched that movie, and I touched the gel pack and figured that was the trioxin, and I would die too. It was a very horrible afternoon of my parents trying to console me from believing I was going to turn into a ghoul.
That's great.
Well, now we watched that movie. We did a Saturday night watch party.
That movie is so good. It is so much fun to watch, and it is terrifying though, but it's a good one.
Another one that got me when I was a kid was Nightmare on Elm Street. I forget which one it was, but the one that Johnny Depp was in it when he was in the waterbed.
No, it's the first
Okay,
one.
because I had a waterbed when I was a kid, and I watched that movie, and it was like, okay, time to go to sleep now. And I went down to my waterbed.
Waterbed too.
And I'm just sitting there like, Big Sir Waterbeds, you sons of bitches, fuck.
The best Nightmare on Elm Street for me was is it 3 or 4? That's Dream Warriors. I think is that 3 Dream Warriors,
Where they get to fight back against them, and
where they all figure out what's going on, and they're all like, it's like a bunch of kids who are in like a fucking psychiatric hospital, and he's attacking them, but they all start figuring out how to fight back in their dreams.
Yeah,
I don't remember which one that one was.
I can't remember. That's 3 or 4.
I don't know which one you're talking about. I didn't think that one was as scary.
They teach them how to do lucid dreaming.
No, it's not
so
as
they can,
scary. It's just a better movie.
they teach them how to do lucid dreaming so they can actually take control of their dreams and try to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Or another one, The Fly. Did you guys see that when you were too young? Where his like dick falls off and he puts it in a jar and shit.
You talking about the remake, the David Cronenberg Fly?
I don't know. It was like 1980 something, whenever it came out.
That's the remake. Because I had seen the original Fly, because that's an old school sci-fi horror movie from the 50s. But yeah, the David Cronenberg one that he did in the 80s, was like 87, 88, whenever that movie came out. That was way more fucking creepy and scary. Because he's got, remember he like opens the fucking mirror in his bathroom and he's got all these jars with different body parts in it where as they fall off, he's keeping them and shit.
Damn. Yeah, speaking of dick falling off, fucking, Matt, I know I told you, I don't know if anyone else knows, but...
Hold the fuck on. There's no way you could transition that to a normal
dick falling off, what?
After my surgery, because Matt...
Oh my God. Whoa. What surgery did we just help you pay for? Corey?
No.
I thought you were
But
getting
that
your
was the
top
first thing when I woke up, I started laughing because the first thing I did was reach down under the blanket to make sure my junk was still there. And I was like, fucking Matt.
Did you end up with, instead of a small circular incision, did you get a circumcision?
Pretty much, yeah.
Duke, have you seen Event Horizon yet?
Oh,
No.
Duke can't watch that movie.
I mean, that's like it's literally the scariest shit in the world, according to Duke. Like condensed down into a movie, like condensed milk in a can.
It's like they open a portal to hell and the demons come through. Like,
right.
It is a messed up movie. You think you're going to watch a sci-fi movie?
It is not a sci-fi movie. It's a great movie, though. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It is a fucked up movie, though.
Yes.
It is very fucked up.
Oh, and I checked on the website. They actually have the 1977 The Car.
Oh, they do have? Okay. I'll
Yeah.
have to check that one out. I mean, it sounds vaguely familiar, but I guess I've never seen it.
It's one of those like a cult classics. It's not a great movie. It's just kind of fun to watch.
And you call yourself a movie buff, Matt. How dare you?
And the car looks badass. So.
Oh, X Adam One's out there in the chat says, so latest Flash, yay or nay? I missed the entire beginning of the chat. Keep in mind, I'm not a geek. So Honda loved it more than I did. I thought it was a good movie. I liked it. I think it's worth seeing. It's fun. If that kind of sums it up for you.
I give it somewhere between a 7 or an 8 or a 3 out of 4 stars. Matt gives it less.
I gave it like a 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8. I'd give it an 8. Maybe if I watched it again and you like pointed some shit out to me, that could go down a little bit. It's still adjustable. I've only seen it once. It wasn't in clear definition. Parts of it were in like fucking a foreign language because it's, you know, the internet and that's the way things work sometimes. Like shit like that. But you deal with it because you don't want to pay for it, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
That being said, if I saw like the perfect crystal clear version of it with the little things that you were talking about get to me, maybe. Would that drag down the score? Maybe. I can't say. I haven't seen it in that version yet.
All in all, I think it's worth seeing. I don't think it's a movie it doesn't suck or anything. Like, it was a good, fun movie. So, Smoke says, did you watch Dungeons and Dragons cartoon in 1984? I did. I've seen all of it as a kid. I watched that when I was a kid. Yeah. I haven't watched it in a really fucking long time. So, but yeah, I used to watch that every Saturday morning. As I did basically every
Okay, because curiosity got the best of me, I looked it up. The Puppet Master book was written in 1951, or Robert Heinlein, however you say his name.
Yeah.
And the movie came out in 94.
94. Okay, there you go. And it's a damn good movie, too. I highly recommend.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
You should definitely watch it if you've never seen it.
My son's been getting into D&D. We were talking about it the other day.
Oh, there's rumbling, like rumors that they're talking about making a sequel to The Thing with Kurt Russell.
An actual sequel?
An actual sequel and not a prequel.
Okay.
They should make a sequel to Arachnophobia.
Yeah,
that's such a great fucking movie.
Fuck that movie. Nope. That's the movie that got
Arachnophobia
me.
30 years later, the same town. Like there's like some remnant of the spider population that survived in the woods somehow undetected for all these years that suddenly gets reintroduced into the population, and then boom, you got the second movie.
That's
boom.
a big hell.
I just proved it right there. I would see that. I'd pay money to see that.
I would too.
No.
That movie kind of freaked me out back then, but
yeah, well, I hate fucking spiders. Not as much as I used to when I was a kid, but like when I was a kid, I fucking hated spiders. And so that movie was like the perfect movie to like freak you the fuck out, but still be a great movie. And part of the enjoyment of it is that it freaked you out and made you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Like those scenes where like those spiders like crawling like right towards the camera and it feels like you can't get away. Like, yeah, dude, like they play on that shit. And
where I live at,
that's a psychological trick that you can play on people that works every time because it's built into our humanity is afraid of things like spiders and snakes and.
I got spiders that this big around that live around here.
Fuck that!
And they jump for about 2 feet.
We have, because of where we're at down here, and we're close to Mexico and shit, and the terrain. We get tarantulas down here. There was a time, and I know I've told this story before. I was driving at lunch to go pick my wife up for lunch at work, and I'm driving down this road that goes right next to the research clinic she worked at. And I'm driving up the road, and something large and black starts crawling across the road. Now, this thing is bigger than my hand, and it stops as I'm driving up, and it's the little road that goes in front of the fucking research clinic. So, like, I'm not going very fast. I'm going like maybe 25 or whatever, because it's like you turn off the main street, up this little street, and then into the parking lot. So I'm not going very fast. So I have time to see it. It sees me coming, turns towards my truck, and does this. Like it lifts up at my fucking truck. Like it's fucking challenging me.
No, fuck that.
Motherfucker was so big, I drove around him because I was scared. I drove around the fucking tarantula because I was like, no, fuck that shit. This if I drive over him, he's gonna get pissed off and latch onto my truck and follow my ass home. Fuck all that shit. No, yep. I drove on the other side of the road and went around his ass.
The spider's gambit won.
Yeah. Yeah, my Chevy Silverado. I did not think my Chevy Silverado would win in that battle. So
very smart decision.
Went around and I gave him his space. So I don't know where the fuck he ended up, but he was goddamn huge. So
I was going to ask what kind of pop did it make, but no.
No, I don't know. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to fuck with it. He looked big and mean. And he looked like he was the type that would get revenge. So, nah.
Jump up in the undercarriage. Instead of run over, it'll jump up in the undercarriage, hang on like.
Wait. He'll fucking follow my ass home. He would take a ride.
Cape Fear. He'd be like underneath of the vehicle holding
Fuck
on.
yeah. I didn't want to mess with that motherfucker.
Speaking of Cape Fear, did anybody else wonder why the hell did you shoot that asshole?
Right.
That's it. I grew up in a rural area. It's like the movie didn't make sense to me. It's like,
dude, how many horror movies would be solved with a .38 special pocket revolver?
Yeah, right.
A lot of fucking movies.
Not all of them.
Most horror movies could end like these Indiana Jones and the dude with the sword.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think about it, like if fucking Braveheart had just had an AR, like that movie would have been over real quick.
Dude, have you ever thought about that shit? Like, okay, I'm gonna go back to like the battle of, I don't know, like some fucking medieval battle where there's like lots of gold at stake or something, and then just bring your fucking safe with you.
Yeah.
Start handing out guns before. Here's how it works. What was that movie? Dances with Wolves did that.
They had an AR in Dances with Wolves? I don't think so.
No, but they handed out Henry lever actions to one side of Indians while the other ones just had bows and arrows. Yeah. And they fucking slaughtered. They only lost one dude.
Lele's in the chat says King Arthur and the Knights of Justice was one of the best early 90s cartoons. I loved that fucking show.
Yeah, that would be a great property if somebody picked up new figures of. I'd buy them.
Yeah, they should. I don't know who owns the rights to that shit.
I think the cartoon is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it was a great show. I love the theme song to that.
Absolutely.
Remember when cartoons had real theme songs on Saturday morning or whenever they fucking came on?
Remember when cartoons actually had good animation?
Oh yeah, it wasn't all. Is that? I don't
Yes.
think there are. Is there
There's
even
like-
so much as one like hand drawn animated cartoon that still exists? I don't think there is.
Probably not.
Those like cow art things are like I think like a flash type animation or something like that.
I
I
think
used to watch
everything's
the
CGI
shit
now.
out of DuckTales, dude. DuckTales was my
Dude,
shit.
DuckTales was fucking awesome. DuckTales, woo!
I,
Baby-da-da.
Oh, Led Lace said it's also on YouTube too.
Yeah, DuckTales. I loved most of the shows on Disney Afternoon. My favorite was fucking Gummy Bears because Gummy Bears got into all this like mythology and shit about the Gummy Bears and the ancient civilizations and where they
Gummy
came from and
Bears.
shit.
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Everywhere. Yep. Most of
but
the
see,
shows-
me being the oldest one here,
And Gummy
I grew
Bears
up on
juice
the old
actually gives
Looney
humans
Tunes and-
super strength. I'm sorry,
There
Duke, I didn't mean
was-
to interrupt.
the Disney, there were some of the later Disney things that I didn't get into, but like all the main shows like that we watched, you had like DuckTales, Chippendales Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, Gummy Bears, Tailspin. Those were like the main ones, right? And they did some more later on because it like evolved.
Gargoyles. I mean, Batman Beyond, Animaniacs.
Those were WB, not Disney.
Well, okay, fine. These are the ones that I watched.
I'm talking about Disney Afternoon.
Oh, well, I'm just talking TV, I guess. I don't know.
I specifically said Disney, the Disney cartoons from Disney Afternoon, but you know.
All right,
What
well,
do
if you want to be a bitch, then you can Darkwing Duck by yourself, I guess. I don't know.
But no, WB did have a good lineup too, because yeah, they had Animaniacs, they had fucking Freakazoid, they had Batman. The WB fucking block of cartoons was pretty
Pinky
fucking
and the
awesome.
Brain.
A lot of good shit. Yeah, Pinky and the Brain. They had a bunch of cool shit. That whole WB afternoon block of it was afternoons for me. I don't know. Depends on where you live, but some people I know. I was talking to some dude one time, and he's like, "Yeah, I only got to watch Batman on the Saturday mornings." I was like, "What?" I watch it every afternoon after fucking school and shit. But
You can't forget about X-Men.
Well,
X-Men was awesome.
Fox,
X-Men was
with
the
Fox,
best
we actually got to
cartoon.
watch a lot of cartoons after school.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger, we lost Fox for many years. The local cable network, they dropped Fox for some reason, and we didn't have it for years. So I lost like all the afternoon cartoons until USA Network started doing like the Cartoon Express.
Yeah,
then you
brought
got
that
the really
stuff back.
old stuff. That's where I first watched Turbo Teen and Voltron and the.
I think the most, I don't know if I would consider it underrated, but the cartoon from the 90s that, relatively speaking, fewer people have fucking heard of than most of the other shit. God damn it. Stop. Motherfucker. But that was probably one of the best cartoons like I've ever watched was fucking Exo Squad.
Oh, that was really good.
Exo Squad was fucking amazing. Like even going back and watching episodes as an adult, like it holds up. Like it was really good storytelling and characters and shit. Like really fucking good. And it only lasted 2 seasons, but
Talk about something that would be making it killer a live action like movie or series.
oh yeah. I'm still thoroughly convinced that I forget the guy's name. That wrote in the early 2000s, wrote all the Expanse novels. Totally was a huge Exo Squad fan because there's way too much in the Expanse that feels like it was directly pulled from Exo Squad. The idea of you having Earth and Mars and the fucking the asteroid belt being like 3 different civilizations and shit, and them being at war. Granted, there was no Neo Sapiens or anything in that, but The whole world laid out in Exo Squad was very similar to The Expanse.
Dude, they made a Dumb and Dumber cartoon.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
The mechs look really cool too on Exo Squad.
Oh, they looked awesome.
13 episodes, 1995 to 1996. Remember Captain Bucky O'Hare?
I do. I watched Captain Bucky O'Hare. Yeah. I had some of the action figures too because they were coming out around the same time as Ninja Turtles and they were put out by Playmates. So like they kind of worked in with a Ninja Turtle collection.
Or here's another forgotten one. James Bond Jr.
I loved that show.
Yeah, that was a great show, dude.
He was
that was a cartoon?
Yeah.
He was James Bond's nephew that went to this private school, and it had like younger teenage versions of all the villains that were like.
Yeah, and he had his outfitter guy who would give him gadgets and shit.
Yeah, it was a great fucking show.
This had to be like the early '90s when I was not paying attention to this kind of stuff.
I think it was only like one season or something like that, but there's a crap ton of episodes because that was back when like one season was like 50 episodes.
Yep.
Like Nickelodeon or something.
Lead Lace in the chat says, real question is, would you be willing to have a brain jack to be able to have an Exo Squad suit? Back then, yes. Now, not trusting technology or tech companies, no. I wouldn't trust them to put that shit in my fucking head.
Yeah, I'll be like the 10 millionth person to do it.
So you'd rather have like a 486 processor plugged into your brain than like
No, I don't want anything
dual
plugged into my
core?
fucking brain.
I'm just gonna wait till like a fuck ton of people like trial and error that shit till they get it down to a science.
Anybody remember Freakazoid?
Yeah, Freakazoid was awesome.
What if they bioengineer a bio computer made out of organic technology, and then they just stick that on your brainstem?
Isn't that what we are?
But more like a
They just
beneficial
grow an
parasite.
extra smaller brain that's really intelligent and shove
Yeah,
it
like
in
a
your
really
fucking
good
head.
brain. Yeah.
I
Plug
mean,
it
we're
into your
basically a
brainstem.
biocomputer.
I like the final episode of Freakazoid when actually had Norma Abram, like the woodworker. He was in the show and he actually voiced the character.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Is
I haven't watched that show since it came out, so.
the villain kidnapped Norma Abram and Freakazoid had to rescue him.
All right, another influential film on my life, The Outsiders. And if you guys start calling me Pony Boy, fuck you.
What movie is this?
Big gold, Pony Boy.
That was actually a really good movie.
Yeah, Outsiders is awesome.
Yeah.
Which one is this? It's about gangs or something?
Yeah, it's in the 50s, and yeah.
Is it the one where some gang's trying to walk across town?
No, that's the Warriors.
Oh, okay. That's the one I'm thinking.
It's got Ralph Macchio and Patrick Swayze and fucking Tom Cruise is in it.
The one you're talking about?
Yeah. The Outsiders, 1983.
I must have
Yeah.
watched it, but I only watch those kind of movies once, I think.
Cadillacs and
Honda,
dinosaurs.
aka Pony Boy.
I missed the part about The Flash. What was the consensus?
I liked it. It was a good movie. It just had some issues.
Oh yeah, Pirates of Dark Water.
That was a great ripoff of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a really good show. It was a straight up ripoff of Star Wars, but it was still a really good show.
Yeah. Gargoyles. Gargoyles was good too.
Gargoyles was great. I loved all the mythology they put into Gargoyles and how it played into like, Shakespeare and shit.
Oh, I forgot they actually did a cartoon of the Savage Dragon.
What's the Pirates one you said was like Star Wars?
The Pirates of Darkwater.
Toxic Crusaders. I forgot about that too.
I remember that one. I had a bunch of those fucking toys. I had a bunch of Toxic Crusader toys when I was a kid. Because I was into Ninja Turtles
Mm-hmm.
for several years, anything that Playmates would put out, was basically like looked like it could fit into Ninja Turtles, and Playmates was doing Toxic Crusaders. I collected some of those. I collected Bucky O'Hare. I collected the Darkwing Duck stuff that Playmates put out. Also a movie that I don't like at all, even as a kid, but I bought the action figures was Dick Tracy, the Dick Tracy movie. But Playmates did the action figures, and they fit in with my fucking Ninja Turtles collection, so I would fucking buy them. But yeah, all that stuff.
I had a complete set of the Contact action figures, and then I bought a second set.
Yeah, because
it's so exciting movie.
Ugh. God damn, that movie sucks so bad.
Tick was another great cartoon.
Tick was awesome.
The Mad Bomber that bombs at midnight, baby. Yeah.
Did they make toys for that cartoon? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Because that was a little later, so I wasn't really collecting stuff at that time. By the time that came out.
Another one, Skeleton Warriors.
See, I remember that show being on. I don't remember if I ever watched it.
I think I remember seeing the toys in the toy store more than actually seeing the show.
Yeah, I remember the toys, but I don't remember. I mean, I remember the cartoon in that I remember it existed, but I don't know if I ever fucking even watched one episode of it.
Another one I know of it, but I never watched it, was Visionaries.
I watched that one because it came on. It came on Sunday mornings, right after Inhumanoids.
I think it's one of the ones after when I lost Fox. I didn't get it.
Yeah, it came on back to back with Inhumanoids, and so that's why I remember that one.
Whoa, Conan the Adventurer?
Conan the Adventurer was awesome. That was a great fucking show.
I missed a lot of stuff when I lost Fox. All the good cartoons came on Fox.
Yeah, it's starting in the early 90s. Like, Fox was doing a lot of shit because they were doing a lot of daily shows. So Fox jumped in, because they jumped in late 80s. They started jumping in and doing some Saturday morning stuff. But by the early 90s, they were doing like morning and afternoon blocks of cartoons because they had the Fox Kids Club and all that shit. And they were doing they had some cool shit, man.
It's like Cops. I never saw it because it came on Fox.
Cops was awesome. I don't think it was but 1 or 2 seasons.
Come to find out, it's actually in the same universe as G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking G.I. Joe.
One of the characters is like the son or grandson of Beachhead. Beachhead actually shows up in Cops.
I wonder who owns the rights to that. Because if Hasbro owns the rights to that, they totally should be doing some classified series Cops.
Really?
You're spoiling stuff, right? From that other show? Or from movies? Or from Flash?
From what? From
Was
Flash?
it Flash? Yeah.
We spoiled a few things, yeah.
Wasn't it the end of Flash that there was a thing for that? Or am I crazy? Or is it a different movie?
For what?
For G.I. Joe.
No, that was the end of Transformers Beast Rise.
Okay. So is that good? Or was that just because they're both Hasbro or whatever?
Rise of the Beast was a good movie.
No, I mean, was that a good mix? Or were you upset with that mix, I guess you said?
No, because it's been that way in the comics since the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they were connected.
They should have combined those two a long time ago in the movies.
So we're going to see them in the movies together, you think?
I hope so.
Now that we got so many G.I. Joes, it'd be cool to see them wailing on giant robots.
Yeah. Yeah, those two have been in the comics together. They've been in the same universe for fucking years.
Is that just because they're from the same company?
Yeah, because Hasbro owns both. So, yeah. I'd love to see a good fucking Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. Turn it into a whole fucking franchise.
Well, in the original movies,
anywhere near it.
The Sector 7 guys should have always been G.I. Joe from the get-go, like in the base movies.
Oh, man. Seriously. Then they could have made movies from both points of view.
It looks like Hasbro does own the rights to the Cops. It's their property.
Why don't they do some G.I. Joe classified Cops figures, man? They should.
Look how long it took them to actually do G.I. Joe. They didn't think G.I. Joe would work. Nobody wants military figures.
Fucking stupid shit. I don't know. If we could get some fucking cops characters, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's start that campaign. Let's do it. It starts here and now.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, the Pro Stars. You remember that? It's Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky and Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I do remember it. I remember it existed.
Oh, what I did really enjoy is Biker Mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars was cool. I did like that one. What was the other one? Didn't they? What was the Street Sharks? Remember they did Street Sharks?
Yep.
That one was fucking awful.
I never heard of this. Dragonflies, but with a Z at the end of flies. I don't remember that one.
Ain't ringing no bells.
Sky Surfers.
I remember Sky Surfers.
The animation was amazing for that cartoon.
I remember Sky Surfers.
Yeah.
You know, another one I loved as a kid, I think it was only one season, was Spiral Zone. You remember that one?
Spiral Zone. No, I'm not sure.
The
it was like
Adventures of the Spirograph.
They had there was like what was it? It was like there was this toxic shit all over the planet, but it was like a cloud that spiraled all the way around the globe. So there was areas where the toxic area was and wasn't. And any place where there was the toxic area, the people basically turned into zombies. And there was these bad guys that lived in that area that controlled the fucking, like that were the ones that unleashed the fucking plague on humankind. And then there were the good guys who were kind of, I mean, they kind of reminded me of Centurions, sort of. They had like different gear that they would like go on and stuff, but they had like the masks, so they would fucking go and they could go into the Spiral Zone without getting infected to fight the bad guys.
What was it called? Spiral Zone?
Spiral Zone, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't even remember anything about this. Sounds interesting. It looks like it was made by people who made heavy metal or something. Is it old?
Yeah, it was pretty fucking cool.
I don't remember that at all. It's wild though.
I guess it kind of looks like G.I. Joe a little bit.
I'll have to try to find some episodes of that and check it out.
How long is it? How many episodes? You said it's one?
I feel like it was just one, maybe 2 seasons. I don't think it lasted very long.
Well, there's toys though.
Yeah, they had toys.
Yeah, that's some kind of goofy gun. I think I would have remembered
Centurions
that.
was another one of those shows that was like really awesome for the toys, but the show itself was honestly not that good.
Spiral Zone TV series, 1987. Yeah, 87 was around the time period I lost. That was when I lost I got to watch the final season of Transformers, some of the first season of Thundercats, then we lost Fox. And we didn't get it back until, I think, when the Highlander TV series came on, 91, 92. So it's like a several-year gap. Oh, Frank Weicker was one of the cast voice actors in Spiral Zone. Which is a.k.a. Megatron.
So for people were wondering what Spiral Zone is. So, yeah, this is
65 episodes.
Clever way to hypnotize everybody.
Yeah, and see, like, people in the Spiral Zone would, like, fucking act like zombies and shit.
With guns, because of gun violence?
One
Yeah.
season, but there's 65 episodes. Back when they made a lot of cartoons in one season.
And this is what the planet looked like. It had, like, this spiral cloud all around it of, like, fucking... That was
But
the
it
bad.
was,
You couldn't
it
go
was
into.
moving, or it just existed?
I
Like it
think
was a scar?
Yeah, and this is one of the vehicles they would drive.
That was
They
the toy.
drove a lot- it was all like one-wheeled vehicles. It was weird shit, man. And like these were their motorcycles, were these one-wheeled motorcycles they would drive around. not practical, but looked cool in the cartoon. And like this was the bad guy. Had red shit on his. They all had like red infected parts on them.
Red is the color of bad.
Yeah, it was a cool show, man. From what I remember, I haven't watched it in a really long time, but it had pretty good animation too. It looked pretty decent.
Was it something trying to sell a toy, or?
Yeah, there was toys. Yeah, everything was trying to sell a toy back then. So I don't remember who made the toys. I've fucking been forever, but
No, I think Mezco's doing a mech. It looks a lot like a Exo Squad mech.
yeah, there's the bad guy in one of the motorcycles. I don't know who made these fucking toys.
Looks like they got soft goods on them. Is that cloth pants?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Hmm.
And they've got elbow articulation and shit.
Wow. Never heard of.
They're the size of GI Joes, though, right?
Mm.
I honestly don't remember.
They were made by Tonka.
Tonka. That makes me feel like they're maybe the size of the old Star Trek and Planet of the Apes. Because if they got fabric clothes, what is that scale where they're like bigger?
They look like they're at least 5-inch figures.
Wait.
So they don't look small.
I saw something about Tonka making like a toy video where they converted some like the middle Tonka trucks into like Mad Max vehicles.
Yes.
It
It was called Monster something. Monster Steel Monsters,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Did I put that in our group? The toy tubers?
Maybe. I don't know.
I can't remember.
But
Yeah.
They took their old Tonka. They took a bunch of the Tonka vehicles that they already had and like just attached shit on them and painted them different colors so that they look like Mad Max shit.
Steel monsters, and they looked awesome.
Yeah. And they were perfect for like G.I. Joe sized figures.
Yeah, they were already G.I. Joe scale vehicles, and they just made it where they can put they made their own figures. And
I'm okay with regular toy vehicles, but nobody needs assault toy vehicles. Those belong on a battlefield.
They must be regulated.
The Disney Plus blurry leaked pictures. If that's a Netflix Kingpin, I'm in. I'll get that.
It looked like Netflix Kingpin to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it was. Yeah, look, so they would take like a Tonka Jeep and put extra shit and like fucking guns and shit on it.
That's fucking cool.
I like that.
And like
They
you
even
got
got
half track here.
They even got the Road Grader. They made it into a military vehicle. Oh,
Yeah. That fucking thing.
that looks badass.
Yeah.
I actually had the actual real Road Grader one and Tonka one.
Yeah, this one right here.
I
Masher.
had the yellow one. Yeah, that's badass.
They should just make all of them look like that.
Damn, I want those.
They're expensive as shit.
I had that Tonka Road Grader back in the 70s.
I've looked them up on eBay before, and they're expensive as shit.
I bet so, because I never even seen them hit stores.
Yeah, that's how they come. That is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, how big is that? Is that like big enough for a Star Wars figure to fit in it?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. That's super cool. And they're metal or whatever, so they're Tonka.
Yep.
Back in my day, we could beat fracture their skulls with our toys.
Well, I can remember you could say, I remember being aware of Tonka trucks. I didn't know anybody that owned any. And if they did own them, it was like their parents and they couldn't play with them, but they were freaking awesome. Like everybody would have wanted them for
I had a few here and there, but it was like the construction.
Well,
vehicles.
somebody had like a dump truck, but nobody had the cool ones like the grader or the things. And you know,
I had
stuff
all
we
of
wanted
those
in
at
the
one
same.
time.
Oh, really?
And I'm still pissed.
I did too. I I remember taking one of my knees and putting it in the bed of the dump truck and pushing it like a little scooter
that's-
thing and riding on it.
I remember some of us
I
had the
still
dump trucks,
have
but
them.
nobody had anything really better than that.
I would still have them.
I had
to
the
this
road
day.
grader.
Or that thing with the arm. Like, man, that'd have been fucking amazing at a sandbox.
I would
Somehow
still
this-
have them to this day, but we had my dad had a storage building built on my grandmother's property, and she ended up getting dementia. And my uncles asked my grandmother without asking us, "Do they still want the stuff in that storage building?" And she's like, "No, I don't think so," knowing she had dementia. And he busted a lock off of it, gave all my classic Tonka trucks to the neighbors' heathens, and they destroyed them. And some of them were brand new. And it pisses me off to this day.
Somehow this old rusted one looks even more Mad Max.
Yeah.
That old beat to shit one.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I could leave it in the backyard. It just gets better.
Yeah, it just gets more Mad Max-ish.
They don't make Tonkas out of metal anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
They're all plastic.
Yeah. Children are too delicate nowadays.
Yeah, they can't trust kids with anything they might hurt themselves with. Fucking bring back lawn darts and let nature take its course.
That would help a lot.
Down on the left, that backhoe with the scoop on it. I had that as a kid.
The grader? Or you're talking about this one?
On the left, down there, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
That was one of the Tonkas I had as a kid.
Your
I had
left
the
or my left?
The bulldozer was I always liked the bulldozer one. I actually had a strip job on the hillside behind my house. I'd take my Tonka trucks and make roads and stuff.
Yeah, these are pretty cool, man. I would love to have some of these, but they're expensive as shit. Unless you just get lucky and somebody doesn't know what they fucking have.
Yeah. The grader one is probably the most badass looking one to me.
Like,
It was fun.
Cool looking.
Oh, the G.I.
Well, I don't know
Joe
about this version of the Road Grader, but the original version of the Road Grader was fun.
I want this half track. That's the one I would want, is a half track.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fucking cool.
Oh, with the G.I. Joe reveals, I can't believe nobody else besides me has brought up to the fact the Tunnel Rat's got his arms on backwards. The left is on the right, and the right goes on the left.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
It's like nobody I want this figure. It's either they can't wait to get the figure, or the other thing is like, why does Tunnel Rat have such a large gun? Not, hey, his arms are on the wrong side. The dump trucks were good, really nice.
Yeah.
I had a couple of those.
Oh, the good old days. Their action figures were for 5 POA weren't bad. The ones that came with it.
And they're 3 3/4 inch. That's G.I. Joe scale.
What's 5 POA mean?
5 points of articulation. That means they only moved at the shoulders, the hips, and the head.
Okay, Star Wars figure.
Yeah.
And then what? Waist makes it another one, and then elbows and stuff.
And elbows, and yeah.
Knees. What's the most you can get then? Is there a most?
I don't know who's made the most articulation on a figure.
There's
Most
probably
I've-
people that have done like fingers and stuff, so it's probably insane.
I've seen like 30 something points of articulation on a figure before. That's like the most, like 32 points of articulation, which was like, yeah, it was like articulated fucking fingers and shit and stuff. It's like way too much.
Yeah.
But it's probably for making stop action movies and stuff, right?
When they start articulating the hands, they can't hold anything.
Yeah.
But and most of the time, when you get articulate hands, all everybody does is this.
Yeah. Because we're all a bunch of fucking infants. That's all right, though. Men don't grow up, people. Y'all should know that.
Yeah.
Don't give me a toy that can fucking flip people off, because that's what I'm going to do to it. So, I mean, deal with it.
I find it sad day. Even on the Ultimate to WWE figures, we can't get a Steve Austin with middle fingers.
Maybe someday we'll get some adult fucking wrestling figures with articulated hands or something.
And if it's in the 90s, the females would have to have removable tops. Because somebody was always got a damn top ripped off.
And just have Loose Collector make them all.
That's true.
They don't mind putting titties on action figures. I sold that fucking thing, though. I got rid of it.
Oh, you got rid of Hell Witch?
Yeah. I actually sold it for $10 more than I bought it for.
Hey, sweet.
Well, like, okay, cool. Because I bought it for like, I sold it for $15 more than I bought it for. Because I think it was $59.99 and I sold it for $75.
Sweet.
So
Yeah, wasn't that one you were waiting on forever for too?
Yeah, I was waiting on it for fucking ever. I had pre-ordered
You
it.
sell
I
it.
waited like 6 months for it. And then I got it and it was like okay, and I made the video and then I just kind of put it back in the box and I sold it a couple weeks ago because I was like, I just don't want this fucking figure. So I made money on it.
There's no connection to the character because he basically made that figure that character because he no longer had the rights to Purgatory.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it exists.
Yeah, I mean, I kept Lady Death because I liked that character, but I got rid of fucking Hell Witch.
I want they're going to do a second Lady Death in like a gold Valkyrie armor. She's crazy, like wings, like a badass Psy. That's definitely one I want to get. But the next one they're going to do is La Morta.
That I do want that one.
Yeah. She looks good, and it's going to be their first one to have double joint elbows too.
Yeah, that one looked fucking cool.
Well, I can't say it's the first one to have double joint elbows. The Critter figure, I don't even know who Critter is, but they're giving her double joint elbows. Didn't give Red Sonja double elbows, but they're giving a character called Critter double elbows.
Never heard of it.
Same.
Although honestly, I'd never heard of La Muerta either. I mean, I've looked up the character since I knew they were coming out with a figure for it, so I kind of know who it is, but I have no connection to it. The figure just looks fucking cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if she comes with tits. They should start putting titties on all their action figures, and that should be like their thing.
I don't think she does.
Oh well, shame.
Yeah,
that's a shame. Oh well, maybe next time.
It's a shame Lady Death didn't either. It's like,
oh, you know what I saw, and I thought of you. I went to GameStop the other day, and they had, and I don't know which one it is because I know there's a whole bunch of different versions of classes of Transformers. I have no idea. So maybe by the price point, you can tell me which one it is. But they had, I think it said Transformers Legacy, something, 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 something. And it was Omega Supreme, and it was $199.
Was it blue and white?
I don't know. It was in it was a brown cardboard box with just like black and white art on the outside of it.
Yep, that is the Guardian repaint, the blue and white one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but I saw that and I was like, I bet Jared would want one of those. But I saw that at fucking GameStop last Saturday, I think. I went to GameStop, or whenever I went to fucking GameStop. No, I went on Tuesday or something. And I'm hoping. And I looked at it for a minute because I was like, oh, Mega Supreme, that's pretty cool. And then I picked it up and I saw the sticker said $199. I went, oh, that's a shame. And I put it back. I was like, I'm not.
I want one, but I'm going to wait till it hits like 140 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw the price and I was like, oh, fuck
what
that
sucks? You know what even sucks worse? That's a troop builder.
What the fuck?
Yep. That they were in on the golden era of like Cybertron. Those were basically like they're like soulless warriors, like to defend the planet against the Decepticons.
For $200 a piece?
Some people will buy. What's crazy is some people will buy more than one.
I don't even want to buy one. Like, hell no.
I saw people like where they have like troops of the damn HasLab Sentinel. That's like,
fucking hell.
What are y'all doing for a living?
Yeah, no shit. sucking rich people's dick or something for a living. I don't know what the hell you're doing. That's crazy, man. No, it looked cool and it was big. The box was fucking huge, so the thing had to be fucking huge.
Like before tax, if you bought 10 of those Sentinels, that's $3,500.
The fuck? I don't know what people do to fucking buy that shit. If I had $3,500 to spend on a toy, first of all, I wouldn't spend it on one toy. First of all, I would buy a whole bunch. But if I did, I'd be like buying a fucking USS Flag or something.
Yeah.
Not a bunch of fucking Sentinels. I like Sentinels. Don't get me wrong. But like, I would not.
But not $3,500 worth.
I wonder how many people are going to buy multiples of the Dragonfly.
Probably a lot.
Now, I didn't even want to pay $25 for this.
Yeah, I didn't even buy one Dragonfly, so it's not. I just don't collect that scale of fucking vehicles. So
yeah,
maybe if they do like a vintage collection HasLab, I'm interested in that shit because that's like a scale that I collect. But
the most interest I have like in that scale is the Journal E.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just too bad we're not going to get the figures to go with it. I'll have to end up making them.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to do like 3D models and prints those heads.
I'm wondering, like, because I know, a couple years ago they came back with the 3 3/4 inch, or I guess it's not 3 3/4 inch, it's technically 4-inch scale GI Joes, because they were all based off of the 25th anniversary molds and stuff, and like everywhere I went. Right, they were always gone. Like you would see some of the ones that were peg warmers, but like all the ones they released were fucking gone. But then Hasbro was like, "Oh, they didn't sell good enough, so we stopped making them."
Well, people were bitching too for the fact. Well, it's part of Hasbro's like a marketing for them. They were calling them vintage G.I. Joes, and they're not vintage G.I. Joes. They were the 20th anniversary. And what made it worse, too, when they solicited the figures, the card back artwork did not match the version they put in the packaging. Okay. They would show one version of the character, and the figure is a different style of version of the character. And that was pissing people off. Twofold, they were pissing off the... One, people were wanting the O-ring figures back.
I've got a good mix of old school O-ring figures and the newer stuff. I like both. I enjoy both. I collect both.
Yeah.
4-inch 25th anniversary style figures are better fucking figures. Like I get people are attached to the O-ring style, but the newer figures, 25th anniversary figures, are better figures all around. They're better
100%.
Better sculpts, better molds, better everything.
They're like Marvel Legends, but 4 inches.
Exactly. They're like Marvel Legends, but small. And I don't have any problem. If they put those out, I would fucking buy them.
It's a shame they ended it because people were bitching.
Yeah. And I don't
know. Well, I think it's twofold. People were bitching. The sales may not have been that great because I think they might have been exclusive to Walmart.
I think they were exclusive to Walmart, yeah.
And the person who buys them is Walmart. So if Walmart quits ordering them, that's their client.
Which I don't know why they would make it exclusive to Walmart.
Yeah.
They should have fucking given them to BBTS and fucking Entertainment Earth and fucking had them on Hasbro Pulse and fucking had them at Target and fucking had them everywhere.
Yep.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Target actively sells the goddamn 5 POA GI Joes from Funko all the time. They still have them on the shelf, and every time I go in there, apparently they've sold because there are new ones there. So people are buying that scale GI Joes. People want that scale GI Joes,
and those things are horrible and they're overpriced.
Oh
what
yeah,
scale are we talking about?
Like the original, like 3 3/4 to 4-inch scale size stuff. Like people like me and many other people want that scale of GI Joe. I have way more of those than I do fucking classified 6-inch scale shit. And I like that scale because I like being able to have the vehicles and shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
there are people that would buy that shit if they would make them available. So I don't know why they don't. But I mean, I love the classified stuff. Classified stuff's great. I don't have a lot of it, but I like it. It's cool shit. And it goes with the rest of my collection, which is mostly that scale. But I have a whole other side to my collection that's fucking, that shit over there. And like, Star Wars is putting out vintage collection stuff, which is cool. So Hasbro knows that scale sells. Because they actively make that shit. It's so I don't know why.
Even though G.I. Joe's are their own property, they shit on it a lot. First, I just don't think the current people there like the military that work for they don't think people are interested in military toys.
I don't know why. Although at least they're finally starting to, like, in the classified series, do better guns and accessories and shit like that.
And that's all thanks to Bobby Valla. That's what put him over like $1 million in sales, selling accessories, because he would sell those weapons packs.
So there's toy channels, right? Do any of them interview people from the companies? Is there a way to get info that way?
Usually the ones that do interviews companies are basically shills. They can't ask tough questions.
It's just all softballs, and you don't get any answers from anything.
It's a little bit of deep throating going on, but they won't go onto a channel where people will ask them serious questions.
Like watch one of Honda's chats.
So they will never come on to like anybody's going to question, why did you fuck up? Well, they got hostile with one of their Shield guys when they were talking about their failed HasLab, the first Marvel Legends HasLab to fail with their Engine of Vengeance.
Yeah.
And one of their Shields actually was like get on like soft questions, just asking like and they started to get hostile with him because he was just asking like some of the questions that some people had, and he wouldn't even ask them the tough ones. And he was totally on board with it. And they got pissed off at him. Wow. That's where they got that stupid quote. It has a top, middle, and a bottom.
There. I'll show you guys. Wait, hold on. Let's do this right. There's some of my 3 3/4 shit.
Oh, nice. And that Halo Jeep looks good on there.
It does, man. It looks awesome. I got Duke in there.
Hell yeah.
I still haven't taken Firefly out of the package yet. I love that line, the Renegades.
Yeah.
It was a great line of figures. There's all my Storm Shadows.
Oh, I like it, Ninja Force one there.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude's cool. And then I got my 4 here.
Nobody needs that many ninjas.
Well, when he was Storm Shadow was in the Ninja Force costume, he was a G.I. Joe. He was a good guy.
And this thing I got at Sam's Club. This Jeep here, I got at Sam's Club for like $10. And then I got Star Wars and shit. But
I love that shit.
Which one?
Is that the Buck Rogers?
No, this is from that's the U-Wing from Rogue One.
Oh, okay. Oh, what I didn't recognize the ship right off. It's like,
yeah, but I still really like this scale of figures, man.
Oh yeah.
So
How many how many? Oh man, what's his name? How many of the dudes who fights Obi-Wan who has all the arms? It's a robot.
I don't have him in this scale. I've got him in 6-inch.
Grievous, yes. You don't have any little Grievuses?
Someday.
There you go. Cardoon.
Yeah.
I can't see it. Can you take it out of there?
No, fuck you. And this is my X-Men shelf. This is my X-Men shelf that sits above my computer.
I had the Black Series Cardoon, but I opened her before all the crap went down.
Were you able to watch the part of the second Spider-Man movie where that happened, or did someone take you out of the room during that part or ask you to go get popcorn?
What?
What?
And that when the Spider Girl comes in and opens up his figure?
Those figures are awesome. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's the part of my collection that nobody can see in the background.
You should name the channel Never Enough Figures.
Never Enough Figures. No, it's called Geek Fusion TV. That's what it's called. Damn it. Anyway.
Oh, Matt, did you see the Amazon link I sent you on Discord? The private message?
No. When?
Like 2 days ago? 3 days ago?
I'll be right back.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I swear, Tim, I thought you said 2 or 3 years ago, not days.
Days. Within the last week.
Oh yeah, the Micro Squadron. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Let me see. Yeah, the Millennium Falcon.
It's cheaper than what I paid for it.
Oh, dude. Damn, that's like half price.
No shit. I paid like $35 for mine.
How little is it?
That's fucking cool. I didn't know that. I might that one I might pick up. I don't think I'm really going to collect that scale of stuff, but like
it's
the Millennium Falcon I do want.
It's not that little.
No, that's pretty big. That's like the size of a plate or something. Big plate.
Yeah.
Tons of detail, I'm assuming.
Oh God, yes. All kinds of detail all over it. It is really cool.
Let's see. Okay. All right. Sorry, I was checking. I got fucking checking messages on Discord now.
That's die cast though, right? So it's probably heavy. Also, is it possible to hang that from the ceiling still?
No, they're not die cast.
Oh, okay.
No, they're plastic.
Yeah. I've got a couple of them. I've got an X-wing, and I've got.
So it would be cool to get that, and then like 12 X-wing or 12, X-wings following it, or fucking not X-wings, TIE fighters following it.
Yeah,
like hanging them in a room or something.
All right.
Do they still make like wallpaper that looks like the Death Star or something, and then have that on one wall, and then a bunch of TIE fighters coming across?
Or you could just fucking print it off. You got a printer.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Pictures and shit. You wouldn't even have to. Wouldn't even have to do anything.
I guess I said that because I was watching something, and somebody had my wallpaper from when I was a little kid, my Star Wars wallpaper, and it had Star Wars wallpaper on it.
Yeah. Or you could get posters pretty fucking cheap if you wanted to put like some posters up of like the Death Star or Star Destroyer, shit like that. That wouldn't be a bad idea as a background over there. Mm-hmm.
That's not a moon.
That's not a moon. All right, guys. We are about to hit 3 hours here, so I think it is about time to wrap this one up. Of course, we will be back again next week. Do this all over again. And, of course, I'll be back on Monday on the NEA channel. But Daniel's not here, but I did finally go to the post office and get Daniel's stuff that he sent me. So I will have that for Monday. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks for hanging out.
As soon as I get the package from Sean with the Stormbreaker.
Oh, yeah.
Your stuff packed up and ready.
Sweet. Yeah, I got yours sent off this morning. So I don't know when it's going to get there, but.
Yeah, Monday, so everything's closed.
But, yep, that is it, guys. We will see you guys next time. Have fun. All that good stuff we say at the end of the chat. And enjoy the rest of your fucking weekend, dudes. So, later, guys.
Y'all set you up our big time now, ain't it?
Oh, wait. Should I end it with something? What's an outro I can end it with? Here, we'll just end it with this.